We're about to get started, so I'll just let you watch the screen for now and kind of see what's going on as I go around the table. Seat 1 is Frankie. Seat 2 is Chris. Seat 3 is Vac. Seat 4 is Joni. Let me see. I'm looking around. Seat 5 is Moses, I believe. Seat 6 is Roy. Seat 7 is Eddie. Seat 8 is Nancy. And Seat 9 is Dante. So once we get started, I'll be back. I'll just let you watch it till we get there.
Bailey's going to come in a little bit and commentate.
Okay.
Just as a guest.
And Charlie's here.
What's going on? What's going on?
Or as Ricky would say, what it is.
What it is. We are at the end of our mini series. I was going to say mega series. That's coming up at the end of end of March, beginning of April. Whew, what a week we've had.
Been a good week.
50,000, 20,000, 10,000, 82,000. What does that add up to? About $140,000. We've had about $140,000 that will be given away this week at Kojak's.
More than that. Well, we forgot the high roller.
Oh, no. High roller was 50. The PLO tournament was 20 something.
The Big O.
The Big O was 20 something. So that's 100,000 right there in those. We had 80,000 here. The bounty was 10,000. So, man.
And it was going on the same time as the high roller.
That's $160,000.
Yeah.
$160,000 in a town that has a population of 130,000.
Yeah. Not bad.
Wow.
Not bad.
Wow. So what we got? We got the final 9 players left in the tournament. Final 9 is what we have left.
I'm still a little salty about that. I was 13th.
Oh, that's all right. That was still a hell of a run. So first place is going to get $24,420. Second place, $15,100. Third place, $9,800. Fourth place, $6,900. Fifth place, $4,500. Sixth place, $2,800. Seventh place, $2,500. Eighth place, $1,700. And ninth place, $1,600. Good gosh.
And I can say this, every tournament this week, the format was great. All the way through. It didn't matter if you played in the turbo right now. Even the turbo. We've got a little last chance turbo. I was going to ask you, do you get your picture on the wall for a turbo?
Absolutely. We're going to stick that one up there too.
Well, I'd have entered if I'd have known
Yeah,
that.
it's event number 5 of the mini series. So here we go. That's the chip counts. That's the live chip counts, and they are just that fast gone. So we'll get you. We can actually pull up the chip counts right here on the action tracker.
Oh, very cool.
So we've got Frankie sitting at 760,000 chips. Chris Mertz at 545,000. Mr. Vac, David Tobin's got 230,000. Joni's got 815,000. Moses has 880,000. Roy Hall has 925,000. The next 3 players are all over 1 million chips. Mr. Eddie Solis, 1.3 million. Miss Nancy Kreider, 1,070,000. And Mr. Dante Larson at 1,490,000 chips.
And Roy's made a pretty big come up because he was down to less than 200,000 when I was sitting at the final 2 tables with him.
You're absolutely correct. And there are 8,160,000 chips in play. 8,160,000
I didn't
chips.
see. What was our blind? What are our blinds right now?
Blinds are at 15,000, 30,000, 30,000.
Ooh, so, yes.
So the average stack right now is almost 1 million chips.
Yep.
So that's essentially, they got 35 big blinds.
Yeah.
That's a lot of big blinds to have right now.
Yeah, and Dante has 15% of them in his stack. They just showed the
So Dante's got 15%. That puts Nancy and Nancy and who was the other one in a million?
Eddie.
Eddie, Nancy and Eddie at about 12% of the chips in play. So 30% of the chips with three.
Well, and then Roy has 909,000. So yeah,
Man, that's a big grip. So now we get to see the hands that they are making the moves with. Walking around on the floor today, we've seen a lot of people get caught with their hand in the cookie jar at bad times, and that's how Mr. Eddie built up his stack. He happened to flop a big hand, and
he picked up just 300,000 off of me when pocket fives. And,
yeah, but that was pocket fives against queens. You were protecting your big stack, and he just happened to wake up with a hand where he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, I was trying to steal, and yeah, so got a little flush.
Ooh, let's see if diamonds come out on this board. Only one diamond, pair of sevens for Moses, ace high still for Frankie. He's bet fold. I think that's how a lot of the hands are going to go right now. Bet
It's
fold.
been all day long like that. Especially before we got to the money. You know, we still had 32. It was, you just had to bet and pick up the pot.
Nice.
Yeah, because those short stacks were trying to get to that 21st spot.
Yes. Look at this. Frankie got his favorite seat one.
Yeah.
So we've got Frankie Cumry in seat number 1. We've got Chris Mertz, seat 2. David Tobin, better known as VAT to the poker world, in seat number 3. He's got, 4 or 5 WSOP final tables?
Something like that.
We've got Miss Joni Grady in seat number 4. We've got Moses Rojas in seat number 5. We've got Roy Hall in seat number 6. And I can't go any further till the camera turns because my memory this week is
He's in
shot.
seat 6. Eddie is in seat 7.
So we got Eddie Solis in seat 7.
Yeah.
One more camera view and we'll have them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who was sitting in seat 8. Dante's in seat 8.
Nope.
Nope.
Miss Nancy's
Miss
in seat
Nancy,
8 and
yeah.
Dante
Seat 9.
Larson is
Yeah.
in seat 9.
I got them backwards.
I have to tell you this though. I'm rooting for one of the two ladies. No ladies have their picture on the wall.
I'm not. I want Roy to go ahead and tie Braxton.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's a double-edged sword here. Everyone here is wanting a lady to win, but I think they're wanting Roy to win more, so Braxton can no longer say I'm the only 2-time main event champion here.
Correct.
I really don't care who wins.
No, I don't either. I hope everybody tips us all really big. At the end.
Right. I would love to see Joni or Nancy win, just because it's good for the ladies.
If it's about good human beings, Miss Nancy deserves it all the way around. She's just the best human being you could ever be around. She really
Absolutely.
is.
Every time she shows up driving in from Crane, she's always got Chick-fil-A, and she always says, "Charlie, I got an extra sandwich. You want it?"
Yeah.
Nancy bets her pocket 4s right there and knocks Chris Mertz's big blind queen 5 out of there. So now blinds are starting to go up. Blinds are 15,000, 30,000. Dante's got almost 20% of the chips in play. Chris Mertz has 15 big blinds. Vac is down at 230,000. He's down to 7 big blinds. And he's in the big blind.
Yeah, he's down to 3 laps.
Yeah, he's 3 laps around the 100-meter pool.
Whew.
And he is in the big blind this hand. So this could be the hand that we see him, protect his hand. Because he's got 60,000 of his 230,000 in there. He's got 170 behind,
Yep.
right about.
Yeah.
So he may have to protect here. And he's got all the big stacks behind him. Roy's got King Jack, the Kojaks right here. If he
And I would
raises
be
it up right
surprised if
here,
I would be surprised if Roy didn't go ahead and raise it to put him in right there.
that's exactly what I was about to say. Roy's going to raise it up, and he's going to force Vac to either fold it or play it. Nancy's got her 7s. I watched 2 times she flopped a set of 7s with 7s today.
I don't know what Back has yet, but
Nope, we won't see it until action's his turn.
yeah. He's gonna lay it down.
He's gonna let it go. Chris Mertz looks like he calls from the big blind.
Was Mertz in the big blind?
I mean small blind.
Small blind, yeah.
I think we have 3-way action. I think
Ooh.
Mertz still has cards. Roy flops Yahtzee right here, and he's gonna throw 100,000 out. Nope, Chris was not in the hand. That was my mistake. It looked like the way he was holding his hands, he still
Yeah.
had cards. So Roy flops. It would have been terrible. King 7. That would have been an atrocious flop for Roy. But he gets away from one with Miss Nancy. They're flopping the Yahoo.
It would have been fun.
Yes. And that's what we love in the booth. We're not rooting for one person or the other person to win. We just love to see action. And it's not hard when you're at Kojaks to see it everywhere.
You know, the very first, excuse me, the very first main final table that we live streamed, I called it in the booth by myself, and it was a table full of rocks. I mean, it was just fold, fold, fold. You do that for 4 hours, and you're trying to bang your head off the wall.
Look at this.
Roy wakes up with aces.
American Airlines. Joni's in the big blind. Let's see what he does here. I think he just maybe 80,000 again.
Looks like it.
85,000.
85.
There's his tell. He raises to 80 with not the nuts. With the nuts, he raises to 85. No chance for Dante to call with Jack 8. 6-4 is going to go in the muck. We're not going to see quite the action that we see on our normal 5 on the button and 10 on the button games. I don't even think Joni calls right here. No, there's no chance Joni can call with King 5. She's looking at Roy saying, where's the respect, man? Where's the respect?
But she's down to 400,000, isn't it, what I just saw?
Yes.
Oh, no, it was Mertz. It was Chris Mertz. She's got 755. Yeah, there are your chips right there.
I got to find the walkie-talkie.
Okay. So it looks like Moses is in the big blind. Not much to commentate here. Chris wakes up with pocket fives. And I think he did. He raised to 90K. Those looked like raisin chips. Moses has to call 60 with ace-9 suited. He may call right here. Yep, it looks like he's going to. Let's say if Moses bets this, he's going to take it down. But he gets to look at a free one. So now we're at a spot where I think first one to bet's going to win it. I'm thinking Moses will bet here. Maybe not, though. Chris is going to have an awfully hard time calling if he does play the throw out a little bit here.
All right.
Raised to 90,000 pre-flop, or raised at 90,000 pre-flop. Moses calls it's a 60. I'm filling in Charlie. That's why I'm asking. I'm going to let everybody know. But I think if Moses bets, nope, they're just going to flip him over. Oh, Moses went all in. He went all in. I don't know if I like that all in right there. I mean, unless he sensed some kind of weakness in Chris.
Yes, or, I mean, the only way that works is if the board comes out 8-7. Anything bigger than that, it doesn't work.
Well, and Chris he only has 11 big blinds.
Yeah, he was putting the pressure on him, which was smart to do there.
I guess with 11 big blinds, what did you say the blinds were? 30?
15, 30, 30.
Yeah.
But they also, we did something this year that we've never done in our main events. We, 30-minute levels. And when they make it to this point, we go 45-minute levels.
Okay.
Give them a little more play time.
Well, we went to 40 at like level 17. It jumped to 40.
Yeah, that's where it went.
Yeah.
Because they've played that long. They've built their stacks. We're not going to make them rush. We're going to let them play it out. And as you can see, there's 24 minutes and 14 seconds in this level.
Well, like I say, nobody likes to get into a tournament and then you get to the final table and it's a shove fest. So, like I say, the structure's been so good in all these.
Well, thank you. Me and another gentleman worked on that very hard.
Well, you know, the last main event, we had the big main event where we had 4 day ones. by the time you get to the end of your level, your day one, it was a shove fest, and you shouldn't have a shove fest going into the final day.
No, in this one you have 8 million chips in play, 8.2 million chips in the big blinds.
Look at Roy, Pocket Kings.
Oh my gosh, run hotter, Roy, run hotter. It must be that red hoodie that I printed for myself and you talked me into giving him. Good gosh, Roy. And there Roy is building up his chip stack. Man, imagine. You think there's any pressure on any of these players right now?
No. I mean, you look at the around the table. I mean, Moses has won the high roller last year. You know, Dante's a skilled player. He's not pressured up.
Vax made multiple. I think the two least experienced players at this table are Mr. Eddie Solis, and I'm not saying anything bad about him when I say inexperienced. I meant big money. Where first place is $25,000. So I think the two most inexperienced in tournament play in high money is Eddie and Chris Mertz. Chris Mertz is not inexperienced in any way though.
No,
he plays cash games nonstop.
Yeah,
he knows how to handle it.
And I think the two real wild cards at the table really are Frankie and Nancy. You know, because they think on a different level, I guess, than most people can think is the way to put that. Frankie wakes up ace king.
Chris Mertz came into the top 32 today with 300 and something thousand chips.
Mm-hmm.
First hand he gets pocket aces and loses a 3-way all in.
Wow.
He was down to 60,000 chips, and here he is back up to what, 300,000 now?
Roughly, yeah.
I mean, he's one of the shorter stacks, but he still fought his way back. Moses, while ago, was down to 66,000 with 17 players left.
Oh, look at that flop. Opening. Oh, I thought he flopped it straight. I had to look again. Whoo.
So it's going to go check. Frankie's going to throw some C bets out there. And it's not going to get a fold because Eddie's got over 1 million chips.
And he's open-ended.
Yes. And from watching him play today, he likes that.
9 of diamonds would be fun right here.
Yes, it is. I'm going to flip this over to follow the board. So as she puts that out, a 9 of diamonds would be very interesting. Or even a 10 of diamonds to give Eddie top pair.
Oh, that changes things.
Somebody's cards that didn't get read through it across there.
Okay.
So he updated it. It's going to be check by Eddie, bet by Frankie, raised by Eddie, and that's the end of the pot.
Yep.
Eddie's now your new chip leader.
Wow.
1.6 million, 20% of the chips. And this is the part of the tournament where the bigger stacks start to walk on the smaller stacks.
Yeah, Frankie lost a significant amount right there.
Yes, he did. Ace King is one of those hands that it's so hard to play it because you almost don't want to raise with it because if you whiff, you know whoever calls has got at least a pocket pair usually.
Did Dante fold 10 jack? Sure looks like it.
Dante would be in the big blind if Frankie's the +1.
Okay. Well, it showed him with 10 jack. Maybe
it must have showed his hand first.
Yeah.
Moses looks down at ace queen. Much more fun when we can follow the players instead of looking at the same just like that.
Yeah.
So he's going to raise it up to 80K. Small blind Eddie seems to have a hand.
Miss Nancy folds. And Moses took it down. I guess Dante did fold that 10 jack.
Yes. Oh no, Dante was under the gun. I forgot it was under the gun +1. Chip leader coming today was Mr. Faraz. Came into today with 917,000 chips, and I think he went out in 14th or 13th. Yeah, 14th place.
He went out one before me.
And he played good today.
Yep.
Yesterday, or day 1A, whenever he was in it, he had so many chips at that point that he could call with any two cards and it wouldn't hurt him. Well, today, his range went down to nothing, and I think he lost with kings or queens right there at the end.
Well, he was also unconscious on Friday. Just unbelievable. And then once he got the stack, he definitely knew how to use it.
Yes. And that's what we're seeing here is the bigger stacks applying the pressure. Blinds are 30-60. They raise it up to 80,000. The people who have 270,000 chips, that's almost 40% of their chips.
Yeah.
Ooh, Nancy likes her hand. She's going to raise it up to 60,000 on a flop of 4 diamonds, 2 of diamonds, jack. And with nobody having anything, that pot's going to slide her way. Nancy knows her way around a poker table.
What, Eddie called from the button with 9 deuce.
Yes. He's got 19% of the chips.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt him to protect a couple times.
He may have been trying to steal.
Yeah.
And got called.
So as you can see right behind Miss Nancy, that flyer, the Winter Mini Series, is coming to its conclusion. We've got the final table of the No Limit Hold'em $200 last chance going right now. Let me see how many players are left in that. We've got a total prize pool in that of $3,600. 7 players remain. First place will be paying $1,400.
Miss Nancy also won earlier this week. She won the best dressed.
Oh, yes, she did.
Yeah.
That is absolutely right. So she won a crisp $100 bill from Clyde. The day that we had the high roller, Clyde decided to tell everybody to suit up. Best dressed won $100. And even as sharp dressed as Mr. Murray was in his pimp suit, Miss Nancy took it down dressing elegantly. Hey, this is something new we have where it tells all the action on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
That must have been with the update that we took.
Well, I didn't get any votes in
Look
it.
at this.
Uh-huh.
Dante put Frankie all in. Frankie calls with the straight 2,
Yeah,
3,
with the
4,
straight.
5, 6.
Yep.
And Dante did not like that. He thought, being in the small blind versus big blind, that he could get away with one right there, and he applied the pressure and to the short stack, which you should do.
Mm-hmm.
And he got called. That's quickly going to take Frankie from 350,000 to 800,000.
10% of the chips, yeah.
Yeah, that's how quick things can turn around in this.
And I was going to complain to management about I did not get a single vote in my hoodie and shorts for best dressed. So
I even put a suit on. Wore
Yeah.
the sports coat today too.
I just didn't want to be like what's that show, Tommy Boy, fat guy in a little suit.
Fat guy in a little
Yeah.
coat. So we are on a 30-minute delay.
The blinds next are what, 20, 40, 40? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Boy, it's a chunk of your change you're losing every lap.
Yeah.
100,000 a lap.
At that point, they've got 45 minutes to play. They got 15 left in this level.
Yep.
So at that point, the average chip stack should be, let me see what we're at right now. Average chip count is 900,000 chips.
Yeah, that's actually pretty close.
And we're at 15, 30, 30 now. After this, we go to 20, 40, 40, then 25, 50, 50. So it's not, we gave them time to play with the structure.
Look here.
Oh, we got jacks. Dante called. Oh, no. Eddie called with queen, king suited. Dante's going to raise it up to 110,000 with
Eddie
jacks.
calls. I have no doubt Eddie calls.
Oh, 100% Eddie calls with 2 overs and suited. Eddie may ship it. There's a little gamble in that guy.
There's a lot of gamble in that guy.
Players in the turbo tournaments. At the completion of this hand, lines will be up.
He re-raises. And Dante just took the loss. He may shove. No, he does not shove. Because, he picked up 100,000 chip and threw it in.
Yep.
That's what that was. He just took that loss, making that move with Queen 5 when Frankie happened to river the straight. Here we are, and that's not the card that Dante wanted to see. King is the only card that beats him. Jack 10.
Yeah, and a jack doesn't help him at all.
No,
now.
a Jack gives him... wrong flop. 6 Jack 10. One of the cards flew across him.
Oh, okay.
Eddie says all in, and Dante folds.
Wow. And he picks up 300,000.
Just like that. Just like that. He's up to almost 2 million chips.
Is Eddie from here?
Eddie is from a little town
He's from Big Lake.
Yes, Big Lake.
Big Lake, okay.
So it's Eddie Solis and his brother's Mario Solis.
Yeah, West Texas boys.
Little funny fact about that. They're brothers.
Mm-hmm.
His brother's last name is Solis. His last name is Soliz. When they were signing his birth certificate, his dad was nervous and made the S look like a Z, so they typed it in as a Z. So his name is Eddie Solis with a Z. Fun facts that you never know. So the next person to go out gets $1,630. Nice little payday for a $400 buy-in.
Mm-hmm.
We took 12% rounded up into our day 2 on our mini main. We're testing out this structure to see if we would like to do this. We use our mini mains to test structures for the mega mains that we have, and we were testing. Usually we take 10%, and everyone that makes day 2 gets paid. Frankie raises it up with Ace Jack to 100,000. Action's going to fold around, and that's going to be the completion of that hand. We use the mini mains to test different structures, test different methods, and get feedback from players. And this one, we thought we were going to have a lot of negative feedback from it for taking 12% and not paying everyone. But so far, I haven't had any negative.
When Kojak's first opened, the first 3 or 4 series they had, that's exactly how it was done. You had to win into the money on Sunday. But they did it to level 16 or 12%.
Like we were
and
doing.
yeah, and they stopped it. And that's the way a lot of tournaments do it. You know?
That's the way the WSOP does it, the WPT.
Yeah.
And so I think with the feedback that we've had, everyone's loved the blind structures, just the atmosphere overall inside Kojak's this week. So I think we may stick with this for the Mega Main.
I've only heard I heard one complaint about it, but that was a person that played in the last series. And of course, he played in day 1A, where they played 15 levels and got to 10%. Where day 1C played 22 levels to get to that 10%.
And I think that method, that structure is just, it's not fair, because when you play to the deeper levels like that, and this was my argument for going this direction, when you play to the deeper levels like that, you
well, it becomes a shove fest by level 22.
right, and they have larger stacks.
I mean, what level are we at right now?
We are on level number 21.
They played further in the last series than we are right now.
Right, look at this. Ace High is going to win this. Joni had the Jack High second nut straight draw, but it missed. It goes check, but it's not going to go check. It's not going to go check from Eddie. He was reaching for chips, and Joni threw her cards in. Joni's the master of a stack. You know that her and Basil are 2 people that can hold a stack, and they can last forever somehow.
And what amazes me with Joni is people just give her their chips, just feed it. I watched a hand today where Joni makes a big raise, and the person sitting in, I forget, I guess it was seat 7, moves all in on her with 9-10 off. And Joni called it. But what I saw was Joni flips over Queen 10 suited.
Right.
I'm just like, okay, what just happened? And then Joni holds.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I've watched people for years just hand Joni their chips. Here you go. And it's almost like they don't believe her. I'm like, you better believe her.
It's like when Mohawk plays. Everybody just wants to bust them, so they call them with anything.
Yeah, but it's like I say, she makes a big bet. She has 3 callers. I'm just like, you better believe her. When Joni's in a pot, she is never barefoot.
No,
Ever.
she is not.
Ever. And she's never on some second nut or third nut draw. She's always on the nut
If
draw.
she's betting, she's got it.
Yeah. Or she's drawing to the stone cold. Yes.
Braxton may have been at the final table again, except he took a beat from Mr. Eddie with 2 tables left. He took a beat. He made a move with top pair with a king, and Mr. Eddie
Looks like for the bottom of the bunch, things are starting to get a little thin. It showed back only had 2 big blinds left. But it's amazing how 2 big blinds can turn into winning the tournament with just a little turn of luck. Jody calls a 30 with ace-4. Moses has ace-9. And Roy will check this. Or not. Looks like Roy might have raised 100,000. Yep, Roy raised it to 130K. Roy C bets. Well played, Roy. And that's how you win them. That's why he won the last one. Roy is as solid a player as you ever want to get. Roy just made a really good play out of the big blind. Just bluffed them the whole way. Joni thought about it for a minute, was just about to call him. And
Decided no.
yeah, she decided no. But he bet a significant chunk of her stack, too.
And that could be a factor of why she wants so bad to win this. And like we were talking about, she's a master of holding off. So
Well, and when you've got, back with 2 big blinds and Chris with 9, you're double the
and every spot is a jump up.
as a jump up in pay. Yeah, I don't know about being a master at holding chips, but she definitely knows how that money works. She can move up pretty quick. Dante's picking up calling chips. Nope, he's picking up raising chips. Yeah.
Dante is a good position player too, and from early position, he's not getting a hand without something.
Yeah. Wakes up with pocket 9s. Looks like Eddie's fixing to call. Eddie likes those suited cards.
What hand number are we on? How many hands have we gone so far?
Where is our hand count?
It'll pop up in just a few minutes.
Okay.
So that winter and mini in the same word, Winnie.
Winnie.
That Winnie mini series, winter mini series in the background is now completed with these 2 events that are wrapping up right now. We're on hand number 19, correct? Thank you. Mm-hmm. We will have our new series announced within the next 10 days, and it will be one of our mega series. We run 2 series 2 times a year, the Permian Basin Poker Series and the West Texas Poker Championship. And I don't remember which one is the early
which one we're on.
It's the West Texas Poker Championship.
There we go.
Yes, it's the West Texas Poker Championship. So that will be happening at the end of March, early April, sometime in that time frame. We'll be getting a new point series. We're actually going to be shuffling up our tournaments during the week. And so we'll be announcing that this next week. We'll run the freeze out on Tuesday like normal. We'll run all of our normal tournaments this next week, but the week after they're all going to be switched up. So be ready, be shocked, be awed, and be ready to win some cash because poker is back in a big way if this hasn't shown in Midland, Odessa. Being West Texas, Kojaks is your Permian Basin poker destination. There's no action like that. And if you don't believe it, just any day, look at this: $400 entry, a mini series that was announced in November. So we're 2 months of announcing, and we got $82,000 up for grabs off a $400 entry with 3 flights.
Right.
Dallas, Houston, Austin, they run these series with 6, 7, 8 flights of day one, and they have $200,000 in there.
Yeah.
Imagine if we'd have ran 6 flights of this.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it's just
Maybe we ought to think about putting that in the mega.
right in the mega. We will be running more flights.
Yeah.
So on
More
that
than
one,
4 is what I'm saying.
we're going to be running 3 days of day ones, and we're going to be running 2 flights of each of those. It's proposed.
So 6. Okay.
So 6 flights. We're looking at around an $800 Big O tournament. We're looking at around a $1,200 High Roller tournament for the Mega Series.
Oh, good.
We're looking at a $500 PLO tournament.
Okay.
And of course, our tag team will be in there. That's a huge fan favorite out here. We during our tag team event, we allow players. Chris is all in with pocket 3s, and it's going to fold on around to them. They know he's not pushing without. I was going to say naked, but he's not pushing without cards there. He's definitely dressed.
I'm shocked Dante didn't call him with pocket 5s there, knowing he's so short stacked.
Well, Dante's also taking a hit. He had 1.5 million heading to this table. He's got 855,000.
And it wasn't going to cost him 350 of it. So
Yes.
yeah, he's got enough.
Yeah, that was just enough. Anything
Along the
under
way,
300.
when we shuffle up these tournaments, can we throw in a big old tournament during the week somewhere?
I wish we could.
Because that's one of our events we play in the series. So it'd be
Right,
nice to have one.
we might be able to do a monthly Big O tournament. That might
Yeah.
be something we look at because in West Texas, people love tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
That's just something they love. One thing we're looking at adding to the weekly tournament roster is a $20 rebuy, no limit hold'em with a $1,000 guarantee, and also a $50 rebuy hold'em where they can sit at the table. If they bust, they just rebuy chips from the dealer. The dealer calls it out, picks it up, adds it into the prize pool right there.
That would be fun.
We're looking at moving the freeze out tournament to Saturday, looking at moving the deep stack to Sunday, looking at moving the bounty tournament to Wednesday, adding the $20 rebuy on Tuesday, Thursday keeping it the round of each. That's super popular around here. Always a $3,000+ prize pool. And then on Friday, starting a little earlier on Friday, because we're opening up at 2 p.m. now on Friday, so starting maybe at 4 o'clock on Friday, starting a $50 rebuy with a 2-hour add-on period. I mean, a 2-hour registration period. Top pair for Mr. Eddie with a king on the turn. Straight draw for Dante. Not much in there, not much in there for the 9-7. King high holds on, although Dante Rivers second top pair. He checks it. Eddie's going to make the bet, and I wonder if he can call. It's only 150 into a pot of 170.
That's still
or
a
120.
significant amount of his stack, though.
That is.
He's got 855,000. That's
Well, he's got less than that. He's got 775 now.
That's a significant
Effective.
amount. With the blinds fixing to go up, he's going to make the call. He sure is. He's not going to like it.
I think that's more of a crying call. And as you can see there, that was a crying call. That was a perfect value bet from one of the least experienced players. That was a perfect value bet. Stepping in the booth just as he's about to walk out, Mr. Ron Mann, who played in the event. And what place did you go out in? 12. What'd you pick up? 1,200?
1,040, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, you were one ahead. So it was 1,200. Yeah.
Yeah, 1220 or something along the lines of that. How did you enjoy the tournament?
I think it went really smooth. I told Clyde it was really smooth.
Blind structures, everything. Did you like the way you had plenty? I'm going to say playability, even though that's not a word. But did you have a lot of play in each level?
Oh yes, you had plenty of time.
And even at this point right now, average chip stack's 900,000. Although we know a couple.
I'm
people
betting
have
Vac
bids.
goes all in right here. I'm just
I bet
guessing.
you do.
I'm just guessing.
And there they go. Vac's all in for his 80,000. Blinds are 15, 30, 30. Joni looks down. 10-8's not going to be good enough to call. Moses, ace 4, almost good enough to call. Roy, 10-2, only Doyle Brunson would make this call.
Roy would do it just to mess with Vac.
Right. I wonder if Michael Slate's $400 bounty on Vac is still active.
It should be.
Yes.
It should be.
I think they said it was off, and I don't know how they called it off.
I don't think you can call it off. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not in.
He may have offered him $200 to buy out of it. Nancy makes the call with Queen 10. Dante makes the folds. Frankie looks down at 8-4, not going to be able to do anything. Chris may go all in over top. He's got $270,000. If he goes all in, I don't think Nancy can make the call.
Yeah, I mean it's a $340,000 pot right now. So
That's what he's doing the math in his head. There's 340 in there.
yep, he did.
He does go all in for 310,000. But Nancy's got 1.1 million chips.
Yeah, but I mean Chris had to just choose his battles. The blinds are fixing to get him to where he's really handicapped. So yeah, you just.
Action's now on Eddie, and he's asked for a count of
He
that.
might call King 5. He's going.
And he is calling with King 5. He's out to bust some. And look at this. This is going to make it where Nancy almost has to call.
And now you can see why I shipped pocket fives with him to my right.
Yes.
And walked into Queens.
Hey, River moved it before on.
So Eddie makes the call of 230,000, putting the pot at 840,000. Nancy needs 230,000 to win a million chips, and Dante's like, "Give me 2 cards and I'll call it."
Here's my prediction.
She folds.
If Eddie wins this pot, he's going to win the tournament. Just because the cards are running really well for him.
So we're going to look down at the board here. We've got 3-way action all in for 2 players. So we're going to have a side pot action here between Chris and Eddie. No more betting. King Queen versus Ace 10 versus King 5. And as you can see, our dealer Cody is getting the pot correct.
And that may have been why he made the call. You know, if he made the call, maybe Nancy lay it down. It's not going to cost him anymore.
No, I mean that's all he has to do.
He's playing the big stack route, I guess, taking shots at the little
And you know
spots,
he had 2 million chips prior to this hand. Nancy's only got 1 million. So
Vac is loving it.
yes, he is. There's the main pot, as we can see. Board comes out, King 9-9. Chris takes the lead. Eddie's in second place, and it's going to be a chop pot between the 2 big stacks. Vac's going to be chopped up. Vac's going to be eliminated in 9th place, and he is going to take home
He chopped that pot with King 5.
$1,630 for his efforts in 9th place. How much was in that last longer?
Who?
Six players were going to chop 1,100.
Well, no, it was 8 of us. It was over 1,000 apiece.
Okay.
9,400, I think.
Yeah.
$9,400 in a last longer. Wow. So our dealer pushed the main pot over to Chris, and he's chopping up the rest of it.
Wow.
Oh no, he's chopping up all of it because Eddie was in for all of it.
Yeah, Eddie was in for all of it.
Eddie
yeah.
must be a mind reader, knowing that King 5 would chop the pot.
And Vac's walking away talking to himself, going, "Really?"
Well, even if Eddie's not in the pot, he still loses all out.
He does, yeah.
So Chris's chip stack is now up to 190,000 plus.
Yeah, plus the 310. So, oh no, he's only got 190. How's he plus 310? And he's only got 190K. I'm okay with math, but
400,000 of that's in Eddie's stack is counted wrong, so he should be 190 plus 400, so 490,000 now.
okay, yeah.
For some odd reason, it did that. So now each player can spread out just a little bit, as we are now 8-handed. The next person to go out will take home $1,710.
I'm guessing Eddie's going to play this hand.
if Eddie plays King 5, Eddie is definitely playing 5-5. He's going to raise 5-5. He may say all in. And those are the dangerous players. Those are the ones that are the hardest to play at the table. And it looks like there's black chips out there, so blinds are now up to 20,000, 40,000, 40,000, making a juicy pot. Average chip stack
Nancy's
is...
calling with 8-7 suited.
She may know something. There's a queen jack. These are all playable in a cash game. We would have 10 players in this game.
Oh.
This hand.
If we did the 5 on the button or the 1-3, we'd have 10 players play these hands.
So average chip stack is now over $1 million. I mean, 1 million chips.
Dealing with the last level, man. It's not where I got, I don't know.
Joni checks her queen 10. It'd be hard for everybody to stay to that bet. That's a good board for pocket fives, that's for sure. Certainly a good board.
All they probably worry about is ace nine or king nine.
Yeah. Boy, Eddie is on a run. He's doubled, a little over doubled his chip stack since he sat down. He started with just right at $1 million.
At this stage.
Yes, sir. And he's up to 2.6 now.
Probably the only one he don't want to get in a battle with right now is Roy.
Yeah,
And get beat.
Roy can double up through him pretty quick. I mean, they're losing. You lose 100,000 a lap out of your stack. It's hitting pretty hard. Looks like Moses is raising.
He raised.
There we go. Joni called with ace 4 earlier, but I don't know if she'll call here. She might. Yep, she did. Ooh. Moses flops 2 hearts to give him 4. Joni's got the nut heart. But she can't bet 200K right here. Yep, Moses takes it down.
All right, I'm back. They wanted to chop up the last longer. $6,700 was in the last longer. There's 4 of them left in it now.
Oh, wow.
And so they chopped it up.
1,600 a piece, something like that.
Yeah, something along the lines of it.
500 last longer?
No, it was $100 last longer.
Okay.
That was 100. So we had 3 players, not to mention any names. They did a $500 last longer in between them. So each buy-in, they had to put $500 in the pot. And
Every time they rebought.
there was 18 rebuys in that, so that's $9,000. And not to name any names, but the player that just finished 9th place won it.
Right. Right.
Yeah, he made second place money.
Yeah, he made 2nd place money off just the last longer in between 3 players. It's starting to tighten up. Did you see Queen 10, Ace 8? Right in the muck. Moses looks down at King 9 from the small blind. He's going to make a little call to possibly steal. It's hard to steal with Roy on your left, though. Roy may raise it up. He checks it, though. 120,000 in the pot. Flop comes out. Flop comes out. It looks like 10 of spades. Deuce of clubs, 7 of clubs. My contacts are a little bit blurry, so it goes check, check.
Chad, now
Oh, just kidding. Check, bet. Roy's going to lead out with 40K with the up and down straight draw.
Is that how you say that? Nauer, N-A...
I think it's an hour.
Nauer. Well, hello from Texas, all the way from Jonestown, Pennsylvania. He's calling. He's
Very
watching.
nice.
Oh, Miss Lori Webb's watching me.
Uh-oh.
Yep. She missed your serenade last time I mentioned her. I thought I'd have to get you to do it again.
Chris came up from hardly any chips with our first table. He got down to under 50,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that first hand that one of those first hands when he had aces and they got beat, he was down to 60,000 chips, and he's made his way back.
How many are on the wall right now? The wall of champions. For this event.
Six.
Is it six?
Six or seven. Six or seven. Seven.
Seven. Allie Mae, off the top of my head, Braxton's on there twice. Roy's on there. Daryl Hopkins. Mike
Mike McSherry.
Mike McSherry.
Mauricio Mari from El Paso.
from El Paso. And then one more. Jorge. George.
Yeah, Jorge. George.
Yep. So that's who's on the wall, Allie. Best I can answer. Roy's boss is watching right now.
Oh, no, Roy.
Yep. Yeah, Aaron, if Roy didn't tell you, he's on the wall from that last one. He won the main event last time. He might owe you, something. That you
If
just
y'all
don't know
chop it
about.
up, he may owe you a couple $1,000.
Let's see if we can't drop old Roy in the grease. Oh, we got a 3-bet with a. There we go. Miss Nancy's she's gonna call the pocket nines. She did. Yep. I think she did.
Would they 3-bet with King Jack?
King Jack.
She
Go
may,
Jack.
she may shove.
She might.
It was 3-bet to 160.
Yeah.
Nope, just makes the call. King Jack suited the Kojak versus pocket nines. We like to call nines the amputated snowman. Flop comes out 3 hearts.
Well, she's got a heart draw.
And Moses picks up top pair second kicker. Moses being first to act. No, Nancy's first to act. Nancy's under the gun.
Corey Bradford missed you.
Yeah,
He's
sure
watching
did
now.
miss him.
Ronnie Newman, thank you for watching. I don't know if Miss Nancy can call 200,000 here, but
That would be hard because she's. If you're going to commit right here, you might as well commit them all. Mm-hmm. Because what you're saying is, I think my 9 high flush is good at this point.
Players in the
Now here's the question: if Nancy shoves, can Moses make the call?
correct.
That's the real question here. This is where it gets tricky.
Corey Rogers, thank you for watching. I missed you yesterday telling you happy birthday. Hope you had a good one. I guess his birthday was yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Made the call.
She made the call.
Nancy makes the call. Beautiful. Going to the turn, an 8. I think the only move by Moses right here is all in. I bet you. No, Nancy's
Nancy
all in.
moved all in.
Nancy's first to act, and she's the one that moves all in.
This is going to be one heck of a call if he calls here.
That's such a hard call because Nancy played it like she had the flush draw or a straight draw. I mean, something in there to have it. I mean, straight draw couldn't have hit, but she playing it like she already had the flush, but it's not the nuts.
It's the perfect example of why you don't play King Jack.
Yes.
There's a reason they call it the rookie hand.
And it's hard because even if she has just the naked ace of hearts in her hand, it's hard to make that call right there. Now, had he been the aggressor, which he's on the button, he couldn't have been the first aggressor. But had he been the aggressor, it would have been much easier, and it would she probably would have folded at that point.
Right.
But since she is the aggressor, we have 1.5 million chips in this pot. 1.5 million chips.
Well, when she makes the $200,000 call after the flop, that's got to just kind of send chills.
If he makes the call, he still has to sweat a heart.
Correct.
And what this smells like, if I'm in Moses' position and can't see the cards, it sounds like she's got the ace of hearts, jack of spades, jack of diamonds, something along the lines of that. It sounds like top pair, top kicker with a redraw at the flush. Even if she had, at worst, at that point right there, queen 10 of hearts. That's the worst hand she could have called to a raise like that.
But if you played with Miss Nancy at all, she could also have 8-6. She could have pocket
Oh,
six or pocket
or
deuces.
pocket deuces.
Yeah.
I mean, everything on that board is within Nancy's range.
Look at her. She's not even going to look at him. He's going to lay it down.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Well
And she
played.
doesn't show it. We need some sound effects in the booth. Big hand, Miss Nancy, right there.
We need like that.
Look at that. Oh, she's trying to flip it.
She flipped
She
it.
flips the 9. Oh, she shows him, and he sees that he's behind.
No, what we need is the Nickelodeon effects they had for the NFL football game last week, where we can just throw slime on the screen.
Yes.
Jack Adams, how's the weather in Florida? There's that big one going on right now. Hopefully you played in it. You remember Jack? Jack Adams came in for. He was here for just a little bit.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. His wife Amber used to deal here when it first opened.
Yes.
All right, I'm driving home. Enjoy it, guys.
All right, Mr. Ron. Hey,
Ron
thank you.
enjoyed it this
Thank
week.
You for
We'll see
coming
you.
out.
Yes, sir.
Yep. I'll catch y'all later.
Be safe going home.
Bye.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah, Ron's a retired DPS officer.
He is? I did not know that.
And he does what most retired DPS officers do, becomes a safety man for a trucking company.
Absolutely, because you probably make more money doing that.
Nicest guy in the world. I can't stand him as safety man. When you own a trucking company, you don't, yeah. Well, hey, Johnny wakes up with pocket eights.
After a raise. So Chris Mertz raises it with ace-6 and the +2 to 80,000. Ace-6 suited. Joni looks down at Snowman, and she's going to ship
And he's
it
got it
all. Now he's got a decision to make.
He's committed so much, I think the right play he has to call.
Yeah. No, he doesn't.
Wow.
He lays it down. He's got 70,000 chips after that. He knows that she has a hand, and he can't make the call. He was trying to sneak one through there. Usually in early position with a raise, you've got big hands. And ace-6 is a beautiful hand, but it's not a
When
big
you've got
hand.
when you've got 70,000 in front of you, ace-6 is you shove with it, without a doubt. Because at this point, it's a miracle to come back.
So we've got 5 players at the bottom with 19 big blinds or less. The majority of the chips are in Roy Solis's hand. Roy Hall's hand, Eddie Solis, and Frankie and Dante. The rest of the table is short stacked. Average chip stack at this point being 8-handed. We have average chip stacks over 1 million chips, 1,020,000 chips.
Wow.
And as you can see, only 3 players have the average.
Marco, Rosie, miss y'all. Thanks for watching. Oh, it's not suited, but is he gonna squeeze them? Put a little heat on the blinds? He sure does. Nope, he just called.
40,000. 1 black, 25,000, and 3 pink make 40. Nancy's going to make the call with 9-7. Dante
He's gonna
is going to
raise.
all in. He does the proper thing right there. He knows everybody's weak at that point. Man, that'd have been a good spot to squeeze in with aces. Just call. Eddie's capable of making the call. You know that? He is in it to win it.
He's in such bad shape if he does, though.
His 4 is covered by the 10-4, and he's not suited.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way he makes this call. I would be shocked if he did.
It's 1/5 of his chips.
Yeah, just
And he doesn't. Nancy does the correct thing and lays it down, and Dante plays proper position poker right there. He senses weakness, and he squeezes them out of the hand. Beautiful play, Dante.
well, he's down to 17 big blinds as well. But he's still got enough fighting chips. 17 big blinds, that's enough fighting chips.
He does.
He can hurt your stack.
As you can see on the tablet, we have about 18 minutes left in the level of 20, 40, 40. After that, we're going to 25, 50, 50, which is not much of a change.
No,
It's really not. It's 20,000 change for the big blind.
just 2 more pinks.
Yeah, just 2 more pinks. It
On the
doesn't
big
sound doesn't sound much like that.
And Chris is this hand or the next, and he chose to fold.
Yeah, Queen 6, you just can't do much with that. Joni is going to let it go. Moses is going to let it go after folding the nuts on that hand, the pair of jacks to the pair of 9s by Nancy, who played it very well. Roy looks down at the Basil. Shout out to Basil. So we're going to have Jack 10 versus 10-7 and Frankie stacking. Frankie knows what to do to a 10-7 at this point. It's 60,000 more, and Frankie says la vie. He's going to let it go. Roy's going to pick up another 100,000 profit, putting Roy up at 1.5 million chips.
We were down to 2 tables. He was down to less than 200,000.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Going to make a quick little dealer change right there. Cody heading out. It looks like maybe Miss Crystal coming in. She's got her bedazzled face mask on. Blinds are 20,000, 40,000, 40,000. Eddie's got 30% of the chips in play. Roy and Miss Nancy have a combined almost 40% of the chips in play. So out of 3 players, 70% of the chips are manned by 3 people.
And Chris is all in right here.
Yes, he is. 20, 40, 40. Chris is all in
Not bad.
blind. King 7's not a bad hand. Not, I mean,
not when you're at the
when
mercy
you're
of the deck.
forced, yes, when you're forced to be in. So he doesn't have enough to satisfy both the big blind and the big blind ante. So what he does is he satisfies the big blind ante first.
Mm-hmm.
So 40,000 of that goes in the middle. So he's in for 30,000. So with Dante and Frankie right here, they know that they're going to call 40 and get 10 back. Frankie has to make the call. Any 2 cards.
Yes.
Has to make the call.
At 8-5. Frankie likes 8-5.
Frankie, I think Frankie just raised it.
It's just him and Chris. He can't raise it.
Oh no, Chris had chips. Remember that it had his chip count wrong.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So Chris has 80,000 in, and it looks like he has maybe 100,000.
That would explain laying down the A6
Yeah.
then, because I was
Yes.
going off of the chart. Yeah.
Right. So Chris has 13 or pre-flop raise. He's been raising 13% of the time. Roy, 26% pre-flop raise.
But isn't that 26% when they're in the pot? I mean, when they voluntarily get in the pot, is that how that works? Or is
That's a
I don't-
pre-flop raise.
So period. So out of the number of hands, he's raised 26% of them.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if that was part of their VPIP and they counted in there.
No, that one's just pre-flop raise.
Okay.
Which is also, so voluntarily put in pot is part of that.
Right. Yeah, I thought with how many times he got in the pot, did it at least raise or was it limps is what that stat was.
Moses is going to fold. Roy's not going to be able to do much with 10-5. Eddie's calling with King 5. He's calling with King 6. If he's got a king, he's playing it. So he calls the 40,000. Nancy looks down at pocket 4s. She's going to at least make the call here.
Michael McLean, thank you for watching. Cindy, thank you for watching. Jack King,
And
thank you for watching.
And by make the call, I think there's a few extra black chips out there. It looks like she raises it, Min raises it to 80,000. Right behind her, Dante picks up the injured snowman, otherwise known as pocket 9s. Wonder how he plays this with a raise in front of him. It looks like he maybe just makes the call.
And Eddie may call.
Oh, Eddie called with King 5. He's calling with King 6. 100%.
Suited, yes.
I'd love to see a 3-bet right here. Three-way action, 340,000 chips in the pot. Flop comes out, 6 of clubs, 3 of hearts, 8 of hearts.
Eddie flops a pair.
Eddie flops a pair of 6s, a pair of 9 leads it, pair of 4. Eddie goes all in.
Oh my goodness.
That's got to be scary to Dante.
Not with 600,000, it's not.
Well, the reason that's got to be scary is because Eddie could be playing 6-8 suited.
Possibly, but I would be shocked if he doesn't Hollywood a little bit and put it in. If he folds,
I don't think he folds here.
I don't think.
But
he can.
that's a good move by Eddie right there, especially with 2 hearts and straight draws on the board. Dante's got to be thinking, what am I dodging? He doesn't know he's dodging a pair of 6s, and Eddie only has 5 outs remaining.
Yeah.
That's the fun part about being able to see this, because that's what in a poker player's head they do the quick calculation. It's going to cost me all of my chips, and he's probably on a draw at this point because there's 2 hearts, 2 to the straight, which heck, Eddie could have 5, 7 of hearts right here.
Right.
And Dante's holding the lonely heart that Nancy bluffed with earlier against Moses.
Yeah.
So we're going to see some serious thinking. Dante's going to run through some talk and try to get a read off of Eddie. Eddie's pretty hard to read
Yeah, he doesn't say a whole lot at the table.
because his range is that otherwise known as ATC.
Look at that.
Any 2 cards. And Dante lays it down. Oh, show it, Eddie. Show just a 6. He does the right thing. He lays it down face down.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
He does the proper thing right there and lays it down. So we've had a huge week at Kojaks with over $160,000 given away. Maybe more than that. So we had 50 in the high roller, we had 20 in the PLO, we had 20 in the big O. That's 70 plus 80. That's 150. We had 10 in the bounty tournament, so that's 160. And then we have almost 7 in the, almost 6 in the second chance tournament. So we had $170,000 given away this week.
But didn't we have like in the PLO, wasn't it like 26,000?
Yeah, it was like 26 or 28, and the big
Yeah,
O was
so-
like 21, 22. So I mean, $170,000
I would say we hit close to 180 when it's all said and
for
done.
for a
Yeah,
card room that has. We have 7 tables listed. We have the room to put out 11 full tables. We ran 10 tables almost all week during our double events. We ran 2 events on Thursday, which was the high roller and the bounty tournament, and on Wednesday. Thursday.
Uh-oh.
Straight draws, top pair, backdoor flush draws. I think it goes check, check, check. Nope, Dante says no checking in my house. I missed the flop, I'm going to bet it. And he's going to get a call from Moses.
Yep. Joni should lay hers down, I think.
She makes the proper read, and this is why Joni's so dangerous at a final table. If she puts her chips in the pot, she's got it. Moses has to make this
I
call.
think so.
I'd like to see a raise. Deuce of diamonds. Dante's going to be first to act. He may fire away again. No, check, check. River card of 4. I think it goes check, check again.
Nope. Moses bets.
Moses is very sure about his queen being good right now. Dante does the right thing and lays it down right there, giving Moses a nice little 245,000 chip growth right there. Moses is now over 1 million chips. That drops Dante down to under 500K.
Yeah, are we at the... We're still at 20, 40, 40, correct?
We're at 20, 40, 40.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We're at 20, 40, 40 for 10 minutes and 10
Yep.
seconds.
Okay. Nice how they put that graph up there right as I asked that question.
I know.
That's
It's,
handy.
it's almost like you knew it was coming.
Oh, are those suited?
Those are suited, and he is
No,
first to
it's
act.
Jack in a spade in a club.
Oh, no, it's not. It's
I
Jack
think
of Clubs.
it's
You're
a-
right.
Yeah, Jack of Clubs, yeah. Lindsay Carter watching from the lobby.
We roped off the area so people couldn't lean over and watch and make them nervous. So we got some ropes up. That way, give them a little bit of privacy. Frankie's got the Kojak.
The rookie hand.
It's so pretty, though.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that movie, Old School. It feels so good when it hits your lips.
Raised it to 90,000.
Roy in the big blind. I don't think... every time I say something, they make a liar out of me. I don't think Roy can call that call. And that's why he called with it.
Mm-hmm.
Frankie's going to go all in. By all in, I mean bet about 150,000. Roy's got to think he's ahead right here. And that's got to scare the tarnation out of Frankie. Especially when a deuce of diamonds comes on the turn.
Yeah.
Roy being first to act. He's getting betting chips out. He knows at this point that his 9 is good. And he bets 200,000, bringing the pot up to 740,000 chips. And Frankie's going to do the correct thing and lay it down right there.
Frankie's down to 440.
I wish we could see a rabbit card on our end.
Right?
I wish we. That's what we should start having the dealers do.
Just
Is
slide
just
that
burn,
one.
no, burn and put it face down so we can see it.
Well, you are the boss.
Ah, no,
that
I'm not the boss.
Well, let's just say you have a little pull around this place. Yeah.
Eddie's got 33% of the chips in play now. Nancy's going to look down at
She folds.
7-4.
I can confidently predict she's folding this one.
What if it's her favorite hand?
She doesn't
Look
play.
how
She doesn't play 5-3.
She folded. Yeah, I love 5-3. She folded them with authority. You see how quick those went in there?
Yeah.
Action's over on Frankie.
And he raises.
Frankie's going to make the call.
Oh, he just called. Okay.
Action's all the way around to the small blind, Mr. Roy.
Uh-oh. Eddie's definitely playing the game.
He's going to raise it. Them some black chips. He's going to raise it up to 115,000. He throws out 75,000 on top of his blind. I think that's going to be it. Oh, Frankie makes the call. As I say, I think that's going to be enough to get Frankie to fold. Call.
What's the Reuben? Jackson 6s.
Oh, that's right.
And
That's the
suited
Nixon.
Reuben, the suited Reuben.
Got any Jackson 6s? Nope, we've got a bunch of 8s and with an ace. That's going to be enough to end it for Frankie right there. Eddie is not slow playing his hands.
Not at all.
And that's I think when you have a chip stack, that's the way you do it.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good thing that Jack didn't fall off there because that would have put, or a diamond, another diamond.
Yeah, another diamond, he would have had to call that. Sure is a good looking sweater, Roy.
Yeah, I had to complain earlier, or at least make a notation that, you know, us fat guys, we like to like hoodies also, and you don't have any in our size.
We
so-
done sold them. We printed 2 4Xs, 3 3Xs. They gone.
Yeah, that's what I needed was the 3X.
Yeah, we've got one. Nope, that's a 2X.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. You know, normally when you print those sizes, my brother-in-law owns Cobble Sportswear. They're the ones that did the printing for us. When you print those sizes, those sell the least. But man, in this poker room, 2X and 3X are the common sizes.
Well, yeah, we're in the oil field. I mean, that's
Exactly.
all big
Well-fed
guys.
boys. Moses is going to look down from the cutoff at 9-7 offsuit. Be a good spot to make a raise, a position raise.
It's funny when this place first started selling merchandise. I used to give the previous owner, I used to give him a hard time, like, you know, big guys like to play. He'd buy those real nice golf shirts and things like that. He came in with about 6 different styles of 3X and 4X. I had to buy all of them because I felt bad.
Yeah, we'll start to open up the Kojak's clothing line. Let's say that.
Correct.
Nancy checks her 7-4 that she threw away last hand.
Big blind.
First to bet here is going to be the first to win. It goes check, check. Turn card comes. A 10. I bet, check, check. Really fast. And a 4 on the river gives Nancy the not nut nuts. And he leads out with a bet. Nancy is going to lay it down. Great move by Eddie right there.
Well, it shows a 10 here. So I don't know what the reader did. See what it says?
Yep, it's picking up the burn card. We're burning a little close to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think Nancy makes that call. She catches the 4 there. She didn't know she was chopping that pot.
No.
2 aces, 2 deuces, and a 10.
Yep. That's probably why she folded 7 high.
Yep. Yeah, she didn't need to catch anything. She had the best hand the whole way.
Yeah. So we've got 8 players remaining. 8 players remaining.
When do they go on break? Do you know?
They go on break in 1 hour and 23 minutes. And we will be with you here till the end of the final table. Because it's the final countdown.
Good thing you know how to run a tournament.
Absolutely. Joni's looking down Queen Jack, and this is why she can last long. She lets it go. Most people with that position with those chip stacks would have shoved it. Flop comes out with a lot of spades. No spades in Dante's hand. And Eddie just c-bets it right out. Check from Dante. He continued it. He's over 3 million chips now.
Wow.
Pick a good time to run hot is at the final table.
Absolutely. He's got 38% of the chips in play. Roy's in second now.
Yep. 40, 60, 70, 80, 85% of the chips is in the top four positions.
And Dante's back up over $1 million. Wow.
I don't even remember him winning a hand.
Yeah.
It's getting push time, shove time for Mr. Mertz. He's got 70,000 chips left.
There's 2 or 3 stacks there that are getting real close to that spot.
Roy's got enough chips to play 10-8 suited. Eddie's going to fold 6-3. Nancy's got my favorite hand. It's going to cost her 100,000. She's not going to do it. 5-3 would have won. Frankie moves all in. Roy's going to have to make this call. He's got 1.6 million chips. It's only 185,000 to win 620. Roy swiftly is doing the math, and he's going to see the same thing. 185K to win 620. 3-1 on his money that he's going to put in. He's going to have to make that call. And he does. He knows Frankie's got an ace, and he knows his 2 cards are probably going to be live.
It's a coin toss, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, Roy's the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Straight and flush draws. He's got all kinds of outs.
There it went.
There we go. And Roy...
Misses.
Oh, I thought that was a flush.
I did too.
She's counting out his chips, counting out Frankie's
Frankie
285,000. It's a nice spot to do it. Now Mertz is going to have to do it.
Well, like I say, Frankie understood the ace in a race.
Yes, and that's where you can tell the experience and the inexperience. Frankie doubles up, and he's still the short stack.
Is he still short? Oh. Him and Mertz, though, were...
Yeah, Mertz is the short stack now. That looks like a stack of blacks in front of Frankie.
Yeah, well, I mean, that last pot was...
500.
Yeah, 600. Because you had Dante's little blind.
Yeah, that
in
is
there.
a stack of black.
Yeah.
So we have now moved up in blinds 25,000, 50,000 with a 50,000 big blind ante. About
Mertz is
40
all in.
minutes.
Moses is fixing to snap him.
6-6 all in by Mr. Mertz. Moses may raise here to protect his sevens.
Yep. Nope.
Nope, he does not. He just makes the call.
No, he does raise.
Okay, he does. And Roy plays 10-8 last hand for 265 or 85,000, but lays 10-8
Oh, look
down.
here. Nancy wakes up with pocket queens.
Ooh, this is what she's looking. The lady gets the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
we're all silent because we
She
don't know
just
what she's
called.
going to do. That was a great play by her because that looks like she now has ace king, ace queen.
Scary though.
That, oh man. Action's over to Frankie. Frankie's going to lay it down. Mertz is now all in.
With a 1-outer.
Yes. Did somebody fold a 6?
Frankie did 9-6.
Oh my gosh. Outs for Mr. Mertz are down to 1. Side action out. Flop comes out, Jack 10-5. That may be enough to save Moses.
It'll slow him down. Yeah, he's not going to get crazy with pocket 7.
He may make a continuation right here, but whatever he continues is going to get raised by Miss Kreider.
We doing Crusher? Crusher just walked into the booth.
I
So
was just coming to let y'all know what was going on with the turbo.
So Moses leads out with 200,000. Miss Nancy goes all in over the top for 1.1 million. Moses gets out of the way. Cards come up and we see Queen Queen versus 6-6. Turn card a Jack of Hearts. River card a 9 of Spades. And we have our 8th place finisher, Mr. Chris Mertz, taking home a whopping $1,710.
What is going on with the turbo?
They have just decided, wow, words are really hard. It's down to heads up. It's Tacho and Rudy. They decided to chop the money and they are playing for the picture.
Oh, they're playing for the pitcher. The pitcher
Rudy
is the
wants
most
his
famed
picture
thing
on
here.
that wall again.
That'll be number 3 for
You
him.
can
Won't
see
it?
him in the background up in the corner in that blue shirt. He's already on there, and in a red shirt.
Is he wearing one of those Nike hoodies today?
I think so.
All right. So they agree on an even chop of $1,160 in the final event.
62.
Event number 5 of the No Limit Hold'em Turbo Second Chance Tournament. Even chop, each taking home $1,160. 7th place finisher in the main event, day 2, will take home $2,520. This is where we start seeing the paydays go up significantly.
Ian Boeing, thank you for watching. Talking to Mr. Hinton yesterday, he was talking to, I believe, Denny about getting new balls and new felt for the pool table. And so I know you'll be interested in that. Thank you for watching, Kyle. Ian, come on out. We miss you. Yeah, I think you might like the new pool table when they get it all put together. Come out and give lessons.
Yes. That is one person that can teach anyone how to play.
Except for Denny.
Yeah, except for Denny. Denny's pretty good.
Miss Nancy moved into 2nd place with that pot. You know, I'm just gonna say it. I'm pulling for Miss Nancy. I want Miss Nancy to win it.
I love Miss Nancy.
Like I say, I like everybody at the table, but you won't find a nicer lady than her.
It's always the hard part when I'm dealing is I don't ever want anybody to lose when I'm dealing, but it's part of my job. But I always feel so bad. It's just ugh. Because again, I like all of the players there. I think they're all great people, and then
You deal a winner and a loser every hand.
I know
You sure dealt me a lot of losers in the past. I don't know what it is.
as I deal you the winning hand for your first picture on the wall, sir.
You did. That was kind of cool. The fact that you got to deal the hand that I won with was a pretty neat deal.
Took me a couple minutes to read the board and actually realize you won and didn't lose, but I was like, no, he lost. Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, it didn't take me that long.
If I could say the words that came out of your mouth, I would, but those aren't appropriate for me. Do y'all need anything?
No, man, we are perfecto.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go check on everything out there. We'll see y'all.
All the ladies up here that work here hate us because every time they walk by, they have to grab a couple.
Of the Hershey's Kisses out of the balls?
Yes.
Yes.
Under the gun, Eddie looks down at 9-4 suited, and he's going to let this go. Miss Nancy's next to act. She looks down at the
Uh-oh.
Anna Kournikova suited. and she's going to play it just like Ace King would.
And depending on which hand chart you're reading, that's the number 3 ranked hand ahead of Queens.
Yes. She raises it up to 125,000 chips. Roy looks down at pocket deuces. He's probably going to make the call here. Little does he know if he shoves, Nancy's going to shove right over the top. He does make the call.
There's no marker sheet.
Flop comes out. Jack of hearts, 6 of hearts, 8 of diamonds. Roy flops the best hand. He's setting 3 to 4 to win this hand. Option's going to be first on him being the big blind. He throws out 100,000 and Nancy's going to make the call right behind him. A 5 of hearts on the turn is no help to either of them. An ace on the river is the nail in the coffin, and Roy knows he lost right there. He's smiling because he sees Nancy grabbing just a single red chip. 100,000 chip bet. Roy shows that he was ahead until that, but he doesn't know he was ahead.
Mm-hmm.
He's just showing her, I had your number, and Miss Nancy is
I
gracious.
think Roy knew he was ahead the whole way there.
And as gracious as she is, she shows him the ace king to show that the river fulfilled her hand. Chip count. Eddie's got almost 40% of the chips. Nancy's got 26%. From there, we're down to big blind counting. Roy's got 18. Wow. Frankie's got 14, and it goes on down from there. Next person out, I do say, gets $2,520 in 7th place. Frankie looks down at Jack 9, hijack. He makes the call. Joni looks down at Ace Jack unsuited, and she said, "It's time. I am all in." Her tournament life is on the line.
Frankie might call here with Jack 9.
Eddie called with Queen 6 offsuit.
Oh. Well, he is the big stack.
Joni flops top pair, top kicker. Turn card is a queen, and that is going to be enough to end Joni's tournament run. She says, wow. And that's why players like Eddie are so dangerous. They've got 3 million chips. And so one of our last 2 ladies is out. Joni is out in 7th place, taking home $2,520. Wow.
What's going on, Joseph? Good run today. He made the final 32 today.
Yes, he did. Mr. Marquez did make the final 32. Action's going to continue to go, and that end of the table is getting a little emptier. Frankie looks down at Ace 4 in the hijack, and he's going to raise it up to 100,000 chips. Eddie makes the call with Queen 6. He likes that Queen 6. It was only 100,000 to him. He's got 3.3 million chips. Flop comes out, Ace 10, 10. Action's going to be first on Eddie, and he's grabbing betting chips. He puts out a stack of black. Frankie shows his ace and lets it go. Queen 6 is good to Eddie, 2 hands in a row. He pushes Frankie off the best hand right there.
Oh, wow.
They're thinking he's running a lot hotter than he truly is. Down to the final 6. Eddie's now got 3.5 million chips. Nancy's got 2. Roy's got almost 1 million. Frankie 650,000. Moses 550. And Dante is now your short stack. Frankie looks down again at Ace 4. I think that's the same hand he had last hand when he made the raise to 100,000. And he's gonna raise it up a little more this time, maybe 150 or 200. And he's going to sneak that one through. That's going to increase his chip stack to 775,000. Dante is the short stack with a chip for 1,000 chips for every day of the year. 10,000 chips.
What do you have?
365,000.
Yes. Then it would be 1,000 chips.
Yes.
Yes. Sometimes math is hard.
Sometimes math is hard.
And what's funny is it's always the simplest math. That just,
Yes.
I just stare at it and going, what am I trying to do here?
Roy looks down, raises up to 120,000 with ace 10 offsuit. Right behind him, sitting in the seat to his left, Eddie has ace jack. Roy's going to be in trouble here as the flop comes out ace 3 jack. Roy makes the check. Eddie quickly throws out at least 125,000 chips. Roy's going to have to make this call unless he knows that he's strong. Now Eddie's running hot. He's picked the right time to run hot with the right cards. This would be a huge laydown if Roy can get away from this. Eddie's got 3.3 million. Roy's got 800,000 chips left. He makes this call. He has 675 left. Roy makes the call. 1 red chip, 5 pink chips. We've now got 615,000 chips in the pot. It'd have to go runner, runner, and that's one of the runners that he needed, a queen of spades. He now has a straight draw. All in by Eddie. Roy makes a check. Eddie is all in. He bet 675,000 of his 3.3 million chips, and action's now on Roy. Roy's got a tough decision right here. He's got outs. His only outs are 4 kings and 3 queens. However, 1 queen is gone, so he's got 6 outs left in play. Oh, what a decision by Roy. I mean, he knows that he's probably not ahead right here.
With no draws other than a gut shot king.
Yeah, I mean, he knows his ace is not good. Oh man, that's such a hard spot. Roy's on the wall of champions for main events. He won our last main event.
He called.
Oh, what an atrocious. He's going to see that ace jack, and he looks and he sees he's dead to a king and a king only for the tournament life. It's a queen. He chops the pot. He chops the pot. Holy
sure does.
cow, what a save card. What a save card. And he says, sorry, man. There's no, look at that smile. There's nothing better than that smile when you get away with a bad call.
Wow.
Oh, atta baby Roy.
Wow.
He's checking his britches right there because he may have just used the restroom.
Well, I'd rather be
Look
lucky
at him
than good.
smiling. I love it.
Yep, I'd rather be lucky than good.
If his wife is watching, she's breathing, or she'll see it in 30 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, but
She'll see it in 30 minutes. Oh my gosh. Went to Showdown. Dante's been to Showdown 40% of the time, and I wonder if that's why his chip stack has decreased so much over the course of the final 9, because he gets to Showdown so often. Blinds are 25,000, 50,000, 50,000 big blind ante. That's the money that you see come to the middle of the pot. 5 players remain. Frankie, seat 1. Moses, seat 5. Roy, seat 6. Eddie, seat 7. Nancy, seat 8. And Dante, seat 9. There's just something about that end of the table that the poker gods do not like today.
But you know, it's funny, even when you watch the cash games, how the money moves from one end to the other. It doesn't move around the table like you would think it would. It moves one end or the other. We'd have to go back and look at the streams to see if we've had any middle stacks get big. If you think about it.
Dante won huge one night in seat 5 because
In
I
seat
had to color up $4,000 worth of chips for him.
Wow.
So it looks like we're gonna have 4-way action. It sounds like a 5 on the button game. Flop comes out ace of spades, jack of clubs, king of hearts, and Frankie picks up the absolute best of that. He said 87% to win this hand. It checks around to Eddie. He's gonna bet 125,000, and just like that, he's using his stack right now. I said he was the most inexperienced. That doesn't mean you don't know how to run a big stack. He's plays cash games quite often in here, and when he builds up a stack, it's hard to play against him. And I can see why now, the way that he plays his hands. Maybe we'll have to play a little bit different against him next time in the cash game. Knows that he's bluffing a little bit.
I'm not sure if he thinks he's bluffing.
True that. Which ace high was in second place. But you know what Ricky Bobby says about second place?
If you ain't first.
You're last. Second place is first loser. Eddie looks down at ace deuce under the gun. And his stack is growing up so much, it's starting to bleed over to the next side. Miss Nancy's about to have to move seats so he can fit all that almost 4 million chips in front of him. Frankie looks down at the flat tire and folds. Moses says, I'm all in, and picks a terrible time to do it. Roy right behind him. Snap calls with ace king. Queen 6 suited versus ace king. King 6 suited versus ace king. Flop comes out.
There's
2, 3, 5. There's the ace to nope 4. Nope. And that's the tournament for Mr. Moses. Moses is going to go out in 6th place, and he's going to take home $2,820. Great tournament, Mr. Moses Rojas.
Good run.
Great run.
And Roy's back up to 1.4 million.
Yes, just like that. I'm going to run outside, make sure they have some W2Gs ready for the next, not the next place. Next place that goes out will take home 4,590, and we have to have W2Gs for everybody after that, because it goes to 6,900, 9,800, 15,000, and $24,000. So I will be back in just a few moments.
Dante moves all in with ace 4. Frankie had already folded. Yeah, Roy will fold here. Pretty easy fold. Eddie might call him. We've seen him call with king 5. I don't know why king 3 would be any different. He did call. He made the call. So Dante's at risk. He has to dodge a king or a 3. Oh, he did not dodge a 3. Diamonds don't help anybody, and Dante is eliminated. Dante goes out in 5th place. Wow. Wow. Dante just got eliminated.
Oh, what happened?
Eddie called him with king 3. Dante moved all in with ace 4, I believe.
Pre-flop?
Pre-flop. Dante moves in for 345,000. Eddie calls with king 3 and spikes a 3 on the flop. So we are down to 4-handed. Miss Nancy's in the top 4.
Miss Nancy has a chance to be the champ. It's going to be a hard road to go down with that stack of chips right there.
Her and Roy, and I'm not sure how many chips Frankie has, but her and Roy are literally one double up from just basically flopping stacks with Eddie. I mean, he's got 3.8 in front of him. He may have 4 million now.
So Dante went out in 4th place, correct?
5th.
5th place. So
Fifth
he
place.
takes home $4,590. $4,590. Oh, I forgot Frankie wasn't there. Frankie
Yeah.
was filling up his solo cup. 18 minutes and 45 seconds left in this blind level. Frankie looks down under the gun at 10-7 suited and 4-handed. Hands get much stronger. The value of a hand gets a whole lot stronger. He's going to make the fold. Roy looks down at 6-3. He's going to fold. And Eddie looks down and he just makes the call. That is such a good play right there. That is really a good play. I think he's fooling us. I think he's a closet pro. Nancy makes the check. Flop comes out. Jack 10 deuce. Turn card comes a 3. Eddie is in the lead. He's going to lead out with 100,000 chips. Nancy says, "What am I supposed to do with this?" And
Just what
throws
she
it.
did. Yeah, Nancy is 1 double up from being the chip leader.
10-4.
Yeah, she's 1 double up from being the chip leader.
Send him on back. So we're gonna have Moses come in for a quick little talk about going out 6th place. See some of his thought process behind why he pushed with what he pushed, and I completely validate why he did it. Blinds are getting high. He got one of the shorter stacks on the field. He's got to make a move. Got to take a chance to double up, because if you don't double up, you're gonna get eaten up.
You got him send Dante back here?
Yep.
For-
I have them sending. They're each one of them are coming back to
Oh,
make a
good.
quick little talk.
Roy with Jack 7.
Under the gun, he's representing Ace Jack. Come on in.
Oh, Eddie picks up pocket 8.
Come on in and shut that door. Mr. Moses, our 6th place finisher's coming in. Roy raises it up to 100,000 chips. Right behind him, Eddie picks up Snowman. He's going to call the 100,000. Nancy calls the 100,000. Frankie calls the 50,000. 4-way action. Flop comes out. King deuce deuce. No help to anybody. Eights is in the lead. And Eights is going to bet it. He is running hot. He's running hot, isn't he? I mean, you can't do anything against somebody that's running hot. Just like he's going to make the bet and it's going to fold. You can see Miss Kelly coloring up. Mr. Eddie, his chips are getting out there. So Moses, tell us a little bit about that final table, last few hands.
I made some bad folds, and then one of the hands that I should have called Nancy's all in. I put her on an overpair, which if I ran the hand back, I mean it didn't make any sense. But if I just called her, I think I would.
That was a hand with pocket 9.
That was against
Yeah.
King
Against
Jack.
King Jack.
And flop comes out 3
Yeah.
hearts.
Yeah, you were fading a heart for sure, because she had the 9 of hearts in her hand.
We were saying it feels like, if we couldn't see the cards, it feels like Nancy possibly has Ace Jack with Ace of Hearts. Is what we felt like she had
Well, that-
without seeing them.
That's what I thought too. It's like, what else pushes there if she didn't?
Yeah.
She tanked so long that, I mean, I could have.
She
well,
takes so long.
I think that $200,000 call on the turn is what set that hand up to where you had to lay it down when she shoved.
Yeah.
You know, because you bet the flop and then
I pushed the whole way.
yeah,
It,
you
it felt
pushed the
like
whole way.
100% of the time, if we couldn't see her cards, it felt like she had the Ace of Hearts.
And those are one of those hands that if you're like the rest of us, you'll think about that hand for a while. Yeah, that'll be the one hand in the tournament. It's like if I'd have just done this.
And you know your Queen 6 push right there was completely validated. Blinds are it's 100,000 around.
8 big blinds left. So
Yeah, it's 100,000 around. We completely understood that. That wasn't a bad move at all.
Just ran into.
You just ran into a terrible pocket cards behind you. And
Uh-oh.
what is this? Who's got what?
Frankie's got the pair of 5s and Roy wakes up with a pair of deuces.
Frankie goes all in. Now Roy's going to have to make the call.
Surely Roy's not going to call this with a pair of deuces.
No, he
way.
does not.
Yeah, there's no way Roy
Okay.
can call that with deuces.
Frankie should have shown an 8 right there. That would have been classic. So, all in all, did you enjoy the whole series?
Oh yeah, I had a lot.
How deep did you get in the yes sir, the high roller?
I believe I busted 27 out of like what 65.
And you were the defending champion.
Oh yeah.
You decided not to let them have that one this year, right? Or to let them have that one this year.
Yeah, let's try again next time so I can run a little better.
Yes, sir. Mr. Moses, we truly appreciate you coming out. Congratulations on
Yeah,
your
good
6th place
run.
finish.
Good
Not an easy
run.
thing to do in a field with 202 players when you think about it.
No, it was definitely not easy. I mean, fired multiple bullets and was just able to get something going.
Yeah, and you got money back too.
I tell people all
you.
the time that it's hard to get to Sunday. It doesn't matter if we have 6 or 8 different day ones. It's hard to get to Sunday, you know. And the fact that only 32 made it out of that 202. Is that what it is? 202.
202.
That's that says just how hard it was. And, you talk about we had guys rebuying 4 and 5 and 6 times on different days trying to get in. And
Michael-
sorry, you're standing.
yeah,
He's like
yeah,
I'm standing
yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
Yeah, he's got to stand for this one hand.
Yeah.
Small line versus big blind, 4-3 versus 8-5.
Well, I ended up I fired 2 bullets at it on Friday. And it was a set over set situation, sent me back to the window.
That was like Mr. Slate. Mr. Slate fired. They had that last longer, and he fired until he made it on Sunday. Fired 3 bullets at it Sunday and made it. Whenever this hand completes, you can't go out until the cards are completed. But it goes. Eddie is playing pretty good poker right now. Good position bets, big stack poker is what he's playing.
I think Eddie and Roy are gonna go heads up.
You think so?
I think don't count Miss Nancy out.
Yeah, I mean she.
Because we already said she's the wild card at the table. You don't know what Miss Nancy's going to do. And, I played with her in that Big O tournament. And you don't know what Miss Nancy's going to do.
Now, and the money you can see her chopping up right there was the last longer. There was almost $7,000 in the last longer, and they chopped it 1, 2, 3, 4 ways. They chopped it.
Was
or
Eddie-
5 ways.
was Eddie in it too?
Yeah, Eddie was in it too.
Okay.
He's in for 1 bullet.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So the Calcutta is what? It's the last 3 people.
We don't do Calcuttas.
Mm.
I wish we could have. But Frankie looks down at Queen 6. Roy's got King 8.
And what? And what there?
No, as soon as the hand's over, you can't go out during the middle of a hand. Gotta wait till it's completed. So what would you like to see different in our big main? Did you like the structures? Did you like taking 12%, paying 10%? Did you like all that, all in all?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, you have more people, but at the same time, it's like it gives you like. Usually people make day 2 and they're like, oh man, I got money, you know what I mean? So it gives you something to work for on the second day. It
Well,
makes it a little tougher.
and I think what it prevented in that deal was you didn't have people just playing to min cash. And like I say, from the last main where we had 3 of the 4 days played a level 15 or 16, and then one day played a level 22. That's not, it turned into a shove fest in Flight C because the blinds are just now, we're at level 22 right now.
Yeah. And the blinds were higher than this last year.
Yes.
So I think this 12% prevented that. And those people that went to Flight C, those are the ones that came in with the massive chip stacks in the last one.
Yeah.
And they had the advantage. I mean, a chip stack is a straight advantage.
Correct. And everybody here, if you look at what we looked at today, we had 2 people that were above 500,000.
One at
out
5,
of 32.
and one at 900,000.
Everybody else was 450 all the way down to 60,000 was the
60,000 was a small stack.
and he made it to the final 2 tables.
Shout out to Chris.
No, he didn't. He got to
Who's that?
Murray.
Yeah, Murray got knocked out at 3
Right,
tables.
he did. He got knocked out 3 tables, but he ran it up to 300,000.
All right. Also, welcome in the booth, Moses. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, Dante. We'll let you sit down right here for a minute. Congratulations.
Yeah,
I know
great
it's not
run.
what you wanted, but it's still a good payday. Congratulations.
Great run.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I
Yes,
just
sir.
washed my hands.
Oh, that's okay.
So what did you see at the final table? Because we saw
craziness.
it was a little different, wasn't it?
I mean,
What do you think?
It was just a catastrophe for me as soon as it started.
Did the reckless play from Eddie? And I don't think reckless bad, but he was playing big stack poker. Does the recklessness?
He's catching a few cards. Would you say he's catching something?
Yeah, and man, that hand really. When I had the jacks and he had king queen, it just didn't make any. I just like, I see people do this with like they almost like literally exactly aces, right? So it's like, what is he? Why is he limping?
Yeah.
To like setting up the back. I don't know, but hey, it worked. I mean, I basically just lost every hand. Like when I got there, but it was. I mean, it was fun. The structure was good.
Good. Yeah, Eddie picks up pocket 9s right here.
Yeah. It was tough to put him on. I mean, I guess that's why Roy called off. I don't blame him with the ace 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to put him on a hand. Like I say, when you shove that last 365,000 or
Yeah.
whatever it was with your ace in your hand, and he calls with king 3, I'm like, well, he's got a fade of 3.
Yeah.
You know?
There it is.
Yeah, it just, and I guess, a little bit of run good is what you want. But it looks like
Yeah.
Frankie went all in with king 4 of clubs. Oh, that's
Oh, it's
like flop dead.
Jeez. I mean, it's
Almost
not
flop
it's
dead.
Not even a sweat for
No.
this.
And Frankie is eliminated.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we've been sitting here talking the whole time that we kind of want one of the women to win it because we don't have one on the wall
course,
type thing.
yeah.
But I said if anybody can win it, I hope Miss Nancy does because that is the nicest woman on the planet.
She is.
You
She's
know,
very nice.
and it weren't that we were pulling against anybody.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it. So, like I say, I think it's turned out real well. I enjoyed the tournament. You know, this whole week of series have been good tournaments,
It's been fun.
and you played in a lot of the cash games when the series were. How were the cash games this week? Were they pretty?
Yeah, they're a little bit juicier than
Were they?
normal. I
Good.
think so. Yeah.
Because I'd walk by the tables and I'd see just stacks of greens and blacks all
Yeah,
around the
yeah.
tables, and I thought, I might sit down. I'm like, well, no, I'm not. That's way too big to get into. So, no, like I say, we're gonna have our big event coming up in March, April, May, something like that. The big one, and they're talking about $800 Big O and a $500 bounty and a $1,200 high roller, and
Oh, wow.
and so all that's going to be talked about. So it's supposed to come out in the next 10 days, and from what Charlie was saying, we're changing up all of our tournament series during the week, for the points. So they're moving some stuff around, so it ought to stay just as exciting. Frankie did. How did Frankie stay in there? I
Yeah.
swore Frankie lost.
I thought he was all in.
Yeah,
And I know what's his name had him.
yeah.
Maybe the
I bet it was
graphic-
a card reader problem. I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it was a card reader problem.
I guess he just raised it.
A lot of times when you throw the cards across the table, it hits that reader and picks them up, and it'll pick them up right here for us. Look at his stack. Out of 8,100,000, he's got 5.5 of them.
That's crazy.
That's Just- but we've seen Roy like this before, where Roy was had $1 million to the others 20 million and 10 million, and he
Yeah.
came back and won the tournament. It's still anybody's ball game. Just a little bit of run good.
For sure, one pot.
I would be shocked if Frankie didn't ship it.
Oh, for sure, 100% is. 100%.
Yeah. First to act, I would be shocked if he didn't ship it. Yep.
Let's see.
Eddie may call that.
Eddie's probably calling.
He did call.
Eddie's
Eddie
calling.
called. Well, that's the position you want to be in if you're Frankie.
If you're against, how hot is running?
Yeah, I know. Dodge a
This is-
king. Dodge a
This is
king.
like a one spot. Maybe you feel comfortable with.
Dodge a king.
Yeah.
Still dodging that king.
Oh, you got
Dodged it.
Nice.
Yeah, Frankie won with that when we got us down to 2 tables. Roy sure thought he had Frankie out of the tournament. Roy flops a set of 4s, and the board had come, I think, deuce 4-6, and Roy flops a set of 4s. Frankie woke up with a set of 6s. Yeah, that's what doubled Roy back up. Frankie back up, and yeah, he's been on a run ever since. But you should have seen Roy. Roy sat up in his chair like he had him.
Oh man, tournaments are the swings and the emotions are
Oh my goodness.
crazy.
Absolutely. It's been for me this week. It's been a really good series. I mean, the 3 out of the 4 I cashed in, but the structure is what I love more than anything. It's been one of the better structured tournaments we've had
For sure,
And-
I definitely agree. I got down to 4K, I think, in the 3rd level in this one, and then had like one of the chip leads probably
You
2
did
hours
that.
later, and then I lost a bunch of big pots, and then still recovered, and then today. Got
Well,
up
you
to
had the
like-
chip lead. I think today when we got to 2 tables. I think
Oh
you
yeah,
were
yeah.
easily
I had,
the chip lead.
I had like 1.6
Yeah.
million, and then I lost a 1 million pot against Nancy.
Yep.
She had top 2. I had a pair and an ace high flush draw.
Yeah.
She held.
Yeah, and that's what trying to tell my son because he got to play in his first main yesterday. He's tried since Kojaks has opened. He's tried to play the main. He's always had to work, and I just kept telling him. I said it's not even necessarily about skill level because the best player in here can get beat by the worst player any day of the week. I said you got to win your races and you got to run good, and then you have to play good on top of it.
In the right spots.
Yeah, and
I
there's
I
like,
could still. shoot. I just
Well,
don't dodge a king or 3.
Yeah.
I fade back. Who knows? I could pick up aces next to it, and
Yeah.
it's like $1.5 million. Like,
well, and it's like we were talking with Moses. Every one of us has one hand that we'll go home tonight and we'll think about. It'll be that one hand that I could have done something. For me, it was against Eddie with 2 tables. I'm last to act. I'm on the button. I looked down at pocket fives. He had limped in. Well, I just ship it right there and trying to pick up 70,000 or whatever's out there in blinds, and he wakes up with pocket queens. I'm like, I didn't have to do that, you know. So, and Moses was talking about it, like his king jack of clubs against Nancy's pocket nines. It was the hand where he laid down when Nancy moved all in on him.
That was that hair. I blew me away when she turned over.
The pocket nines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was thinking, she had like
ace jack.
aces,
Yep.
kings, ace jack with an ace.
So I guess let me ask you, what is, and I know you thought about it. What is your one hand that you're going to think about tonight?
I guess it would be early on against when Eddie he limps the hijack and I raise the button to like 110,000 with jacks, and having Vac was very short this point, so I know like I'm never doing this like because he only has like four big ones. It folds back to Eddie. He now re-raises me like 235K. I'm like, okay, this is very weird. Like it's almost in a minute. He's like, call, the flop comes at like 10-9-6, and you just open jam.
Open jam.
Like 800,000. I like fold, like face up. I was like, I guess you like had aces and fat mirror. Maybe made a flop of set, and it's king. It was king queen.
King queen.
I was like, wow. And after just seeing how I just got grinded down and missed all these other, I was like,
Look at Frankie.
I would have liked to have just, I would have liked to have just called it off there and dodged the 10 outs and
Wow.
yeah, that was especially with the last longer hanging and a bounce and the fact that I covered him too. It was it was I don't know, man.
That's one of those you'll lay awake tonight going, But you know, it's also something I've been telling my son. You know, good players will go back and they'll go over the hands they played, and they'll go over their wins but they'll go over their mistakes more than they'll go over their wins. And you know, it's like I told him. I said, as a poker player, you have to be very honest with yourself. You know, at the end of the day, you have to look in that mirror and go, no, that guy that called me with his 9-10 and beat me, that wasn't his fault. What did I do wrong? You know, looking in the mirror, and you always have to reflect on what you're doing.
Yeah,
and
you can't control like what other people are gonna do. So all you can do is maximize what you can.
I just keep telling him, you know, as long as you're putting your cards in good and it's a little better than a coin toss, just if you can do that all day long, you're in good shape.
Just keep running it.
Yep.
It might
What's
seem
that?
like forever to that you're not gonna come out on top.
I had a good friend of mine. He's an old poker player, and he always said, if the money holds out, the luck will change. You know,
That's true,
it's the same way with poker. You know, as far as if the chips hold on, the skill set will overcome. You know, in the end, and being that he's young in the game, you know, he's really starting to study it. I just keep telling him, just watch the players that are always winning. Be it a cash game, be it a tournament. I said, you watch those guys, and when you're standing out on the front porch out here, ask them questions. You know, so there's not a player here that won't tell you.
I mean, I'm kind of like an open book. To
Sure.
a fault, people a lot of other like regs hate it. Actually, that I would just openly talk. Like,
Yeah, well, but it's like in the
So
tournament, in the
much,
Big
right.
O tournament, there was a player sitting down at my table, and I won't mention his name, but he'd never played Big O before. And there were 3 or 4 other players, and he had chipped up when he came to my table. He had, 300,000, 400,000 in front of him. We're 6 levels in. And he's asking questions, and I looked at the 3 people. I was like, "Y'all hush. We're in the tournament. You can tell him outside, tomorrow, but don't
Right
educate
now,
him here."
right now, it's
Yeah, so Frankie Betts.
Oh, wow.
Flush draw.
what a
Wow.
huge flop. I might get this. Eddie might get this in.
Oh,
wow.
Oh. This is going to be an all-in moment right here. This is fixing to get ugly, folks. Frankie is fixing to double up unless the board pairs. Or an 8 comes. I don't know if I like how Frankie's milking him along. Oh my goodness.
my God.
Oh, that's gross.
When it rains, it pours. Right?
And Eddie moves all in. Frankie quickly must. Boy, that was pretty sick.
It's disgusting.
Just
Of course. Wow, good thing. I mean, how
If
aggressively Eddie's played a lot of hands. I'm surprised he didn't raise the flop and then Frankie just gets stacked because they get. I mean, he's getting his hand in, of course.
Yeah, and it's a wonder when that spade hit, Frankie didn't jam right there. Being playing with Frankie enough that he could have jammed right there.
I think he probably thought that Eddie had an ace, and he's not gonna fold, so he might as well save the chips.
Yeah.
If the board does pair.
Yeah, it was actually fairly well played by Frankie. You know, it's not nut flush, but boy, when the ace of spades hits, it makes you think.
I mean, Frankie is, in my opinion, I think he's a very good poker player.
Frankie is a good poker player.
Yeah, he puts me in a lot of tough spots. I have to guess a lot more versus him than.
And he makes you guess more the more of those red solo cups he
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, he makes you guess quite a bit more. Thomas, thank you for watching. Tommy Chapman, we'll get on that.
All right. I guess I'm a.
Jace, thank you for watching. Donna, thank you for watching. I try as I see him come on the feed, I try to thank him for watching us, and we've had quite a few watching today. There was up to 60, 70 at one point.
Oh,
At
yeah.
any given time, they all just pop in and out all through the feed. And I didn't know if you know, those are the three we're on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, so you can actually go.
I didn't know about YouTube.
Yeah, you can actually go to Kojak's Poker Club, and like I say, you can watch the whole thing.
That's good.
I have no doubt that those of us that play in the bigger games are not why. You know, I've watched them. To see how, you know, how I played in the game or how somebody else played in the game, or, you know,
I've played on a couple of streams, but I haven't watched any. I might start. It's because they're pretty interesting.
And you actually won pretty big on one of the live streams, didn't you? Sitting from seat 5. Charlie and I were talking about that, where you had to color up like 4,000 or 5,000 for you.
Oh, what it was right after the stream.
Oh, okay.
Like 10 minutes after, we got into a huge hand. I flopped top set, Frankie has bottom set, Corey has a combo draw.
I see.
And we all three get it on this flop. We have about the same stack and just blow that up on it.
So it played itself for the
Yeah.
most part. Well, what we were talking about is when you watch the live stream, especially from in here, it seems like even in the cash games, the money goes from one end to the other end. But the middle, it kind of gets left out of there. And I'm like, have we ever had anybody win big in the middle? And that's when he said you had won. But I didn't realize it was off the live stream.
Yeah, it was like.
Do you think the live stream changes the way people play?
No, I never would have thought that it did because I mean I've never played on one until now, but having played with a lot of these people a bunch and then playing with them on the stream, they definitely make some.
I know that it's funny to watch when they're playing the 10 to 25 on the live stream or even just the 10 on the button. The game is so different than we did that 5 on the button or the 1-3 when we did that 1-3 on the button that night. I would go from having 2 or 3 hands to commentate to 8 or 9 every hand.
Yeah.
Every hand. I mean, everybody's calling, you know, and I'm like, why is he calling with 7-4? Oh, they're suited. Okay. I mean, that's exactly how the whole, and it was so much more work calling the 1-3 than it was calling the, but it made it fun because you have something to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, in every hand, I mean, I guess someone's going to hit a flop, basically.
Every hand.
Right.
And, you know, sitting back here, you know, the first live stream we ever did, I did it in the cage, just me by myself. And literally I was there for 6 hours with a table full of fold, and you're just like, I felt like an infomercial for Kojak's, like, come out and see us at our next miniseries, you know. So it's definitely a lot more fun when there's action, and like Charlie said, us in the booth, we're not rooting against anybody, but we want to see stacks moving around because it makes it fun back here, you know.
Of course. It's not interesting at all. It's everyone's fault.
Oh, it's the most boring game in the world to sit here and just watch. And I know that if you watch some of the old ones, and it's just dead air for 4 or 5 minutes. I'm like, all right, just watch the screen, folks.
I mean, that's poker sometimes.
But you know, but it's the nights too where we've had a table full of rocks. You know, you look around and there's 2 live players and, you know, at the time 6 just pure rocks, and they're all lined up in a row, and it's just like, you know,
It's not good for.
Yeah. ESPN would not air this one.
I'm surprised. I mean, I guess once more people start coming back,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know, handpick some of the lineups because you know certain players are gonna
Sure.
are gonna be more action.
Well,
than
and,
anything.
and we've actually talked about going to 2 nights a week. You know, one for the big game, one for the little game, or even maybe doing some of the tournament final tables and that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun to sit back here and do this, and you really learn a lot with the way people play and that sort of stuff, and not necessarily their game, but you start getting you get to see the way people are thinking, some of their mindset.
For sure.
What's funny though is it changes every single time that same individual sits down. One week they may be super tight, you know, and the next week they're playing like a maniac. And
That's definitely me. That's how other people would describe playing with me. I'd be the tightest player in the game or the most maniacal.
and then yeah,
It just depends on kind of everything else around.
absolutely.
I guess they're coloring up.
Yeah, they're coming up.
Games
And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pause the mic for a minute and walk out there just to get some fresh air. But thank you. And you had a great run.
Yeah.
And like I say, I look forward to seeing you at the tables when we see you again.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're back, folks. We're just coloring up all the chips. I've got Bart with us. Bart has actually, you've been on TV all over the place.
What's
I
up,
was going to talk
everybody?
to you about it. You've probably seen Bart commenting on Facebook. You've probably seen his post. And if you watch every once in a while on Poker After Dark and there was a WPT,
WPT and the Poker Night in America.
you'll see Bart dealing those games. So
I dealt a Halloween session with Jennifer Tilly,
how was that?
and that was pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
She had a nice costume.
But so, like I say, our dealers that we have here, all of them are very professional and trained really well. But we have them these are the folks you see on TV that are dealing here. So, like I say, I want to bring Bart in and recognize him because, like I said, I was sitting there watching TV the other night. And I'm like, man, that dealer looks familiar. And
Yeah,
sure
man.
enough, it was Bart. So, if y'all see Bart, tell him hi and thank you. And
Yeah,
like I said,
I'll be stopping by the club dealing some more. So come on in.
absolutely.
How many we got? 4 people left here.
We've got 4 left in the main, and we're all, even though we're not pulling against anybody, we all want Miss Nancy's picture up there.
Miss Nancy's been playing great. Every time I see her, she's got chips. If it's high low, big O, PLO, she's got chips every time.
Well, she and I'll have a discussion about the big O, but yeah, she's been.
You know,
I've been giving her a hard time about that. But she beat me like a tom.
I don't know what kind of poker they're playing out in Crane, but she's definitely really good.
She is, and you know I've played with Miss Nancy literally 20 years. I've been playing around the games with her, and you just won't find a nicer person on the planet. You just really won't.
She was nice. She just won the best dress the other day, right?
She did. She did.
Yeah.
She won $100 from Mr. Clyde.
Look, we got a big hand brewing
We
here.
got a big hand. Roy just shrunk up a little bit. Eddie hasn't slow played a single hand tonight. Not a single hand.
He folded ace jack.
Yeah, but like I say, Eddie, if he catches a pair and covers a pair of
Oh,
threes, he gets after it.
He's under 20 big blinds. He didn't want to call that.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I keep telling everybody we're one big hand away from somebody else being chip leader or right there at it. But Eddie's running really, really well. And Frankie just tripled up to get back in it.
Did he?
He did.
Triple?
I believe so.
No, sir.
I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you in a bit.
Oh, no, you're good. You can sit there, Bart. Bart.
Charlie's back, guys.
Charlie's back.
The
The
voice
voice.
of the club.
Whatever. Bart, what do you think so far about the series? Did you get to play any of it?
No, I didn't play.
Did you get to work any of it?
I did work. It was busy.
Man, look at this. Nancy raises up to 175,000 with ace 10. Frankie cannot call that. He's saying, come on, Nancy.
I can honestly say when Bart dealt my tables this week, I was so thankful to see him. Because those other dealers were just causing my stack to shrink.
Roy's going to call the 115,000 heads up. Ace 8 versus 8-10. Ace 10. Flop comes out. King, queen of clubs. Nobody's got a club in their hand. No backdoor draws. Only thing out there is running Jack 10 to chop the pot. Or running King 5. So that's going to eliminate the chop right there. So we're going to have one winner. Roy's going to lead out first with the weaker hand that's 11% to win. And Nancy's not going to fall for it. He bets out 100,000. Nancy quickly calls. Turn card comes, and it's going to chop the pot.
It sure is.
It sure is. Roy's not going to, he's going to play it like he's got a king or a queen. I think a bet right here might do the trick.
It might. He just moved all in on her.
Oh, and he show her y'all had the same. Show her is chopped. Roy doesn't show her. So you see that little piece that Nancy's playing with in her hands right there? I ordered that for Joni and for Carrie. It's a hand warmer slash
Oh, yes, I
phone
saw that. I
charger.
saw that, yes.
And Miss Nancy's back there. Look at her smiling. She's definitely one of the most gracious people that I've ever met at a poker table.
Win or lose.
She loses
you don't-
with dignity,
You
yes.
don't ever, she's smiling either way.
Yeah, she loses with dignity and she crushes with humility.
And when she sucks out on you or draws something or just plays some hand and you're looking at her like, she just giggles, just smiles at you, you know, and
Yes.
you can't be mad at her. There's
No.
no way to be mad at her at all. Yes, Corey Rogers, it's Team Nancy right now. It is definitely Team Nancy. Chris Mertz, very good run, sir.
Well, I'm team anybody. I want
I'm
Nancy
team
to win
anybody,
because
but-
we don't have a woman on the wall.
I'm not. I'm Team Nancy now. I'm all the way Team Nancy.
But
So,
I'm also team Roy because Braxton can no longer say I'm the only back-to-back main event champion.
Right.
But I'm also team Frankie because Frankie's in here every day, and then I'm also team
Yeah.
Eddie because he's the newbie.
yeah. Yeah, it's a great mix tonight, but like I say, it's and you know, we can say what we want. You've got to give Braxton credit. Man, Braxton pulled 2 in a row that were
And he was one off the final table on this.
yes. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. He's made what almost 4 final tables on the main. Braxton's a big tournament player.
Well, and you know, last year in the tag team, he and I took second. in
Oh,
the
that's
tag
right.
team, in the tag team.
That's right. He took second and played one hand
Yeah, played 4. He played 4 hands.
because he was winning the main event.
No, he wasn't in the main. He was in the Texas stack.
That's what it was.
He was at the final table of the Texas stack. And then when he got done, his kids or somebody had
Baseball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as a tag team, when your partner plays the minimum required and you sit there for 14 hours that day
You-
or whatever
you
it
won
was,
that.
I played the whole thing. I take second. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll give him credit. We were partners. He put up half the money.
Three-way action going to the flop. 4 players left in the tournament. 210,000 in the pot. Flop comes out. Queen 9-10.
Frankie's open ended with bottom pair.
Everybody got a piece of that, with the exception of the sevens. 410,000 in the pot. Turn card comes out a 7.
Uh-oh.
Flush draw now for Nancy and for Frankie. Frankie moves all in. Nancy's got the second nut flush draw. She's also got a jack to the king high straight out there. Frankie's favored because he has the pair of 9s. He's setting 4-1 to win this hand. That's going to be a hard move right there because Nancy's got a piece of the action. She's got out. She's got any king, any club, any jack.
Yeah. She's got a lot.
She's got 8 outs right there.
Yeah.
Any king, any...
Yeah.
No, she does not have the king. I take that back. A king gives Frankie the king high straight.
That's right.
So she's got any jack, any club, which gives her 8 outs. 8 outs is 20% on the mathematical genius, which is the algorithm of the program.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do math. This is a tough call for Nancy right here. Pots 1.9. She makes the call.
She called.
She's
Frankie's
looking.
got a dodge.
She's looking for a jack or a club. A jack or a club. All in 880,000. River card is a queen.
Frankie takes it
Frankie's
down.
gonna
Miss Nancy
double
eliminated.
up right there and eliminate Miss Nancy. Dang it! There goes Miss Nancy. Good job, Frankie.
All right, Team Frankie.
And that's how quick we switch right here. Oh my goodness! Nancy goes out in 4th place and takes home $6,900.
Good run, Miss Nancy. Oh, well, we're down to 3. What a great tournament. It's been so good. Ace 5 for Roy. So, Miss Nancy won't come do an interview.
I tried to talk her into it, but here in about 2 minutes, I am going to walk her out to her car.
We're on now.
So we're down to 3 players. 3 players. $50,000 left for grabs.
Yeah.
30,000 has been paid out. 32,000 almost has been paid out. Oh my gosh! With that kind of money up top, I would chop.
Yeah, I'm not sure Eddie's interested in chop right
I
now.
bet not. He's got 2-1.
A little less, yeah. now we can see the cards. Eddie's got ace-6. I was just letting you watch the action till we saw what was going on. Frankie has ace-6. Roy checks with 8-4 off. Check, check, check. This is literally whoever bets it wins it. Yep, everybody folds. Good bet, Eddie. Frankie wakes up with Jack-8 of spades. Roy wakes up with Jack-8. Eddie just checks. He likes those suited cards. We'll see what happens. Eddie picks up the flush draw while the other two pick up top pair. Roy calls. Oh. With those chip stacks, it's still anybody's game. One big hand can flip-flop stacks pretty quick. Roy with King 10. Eddie folds. And Roy will take it down.
We got a chop.
We have a chop.
Not a complete chop, but we have a chop.
What's the chop looking like?
So, the way it stood, first place was a little over 24, second place was a little over 15, and third place was a little over 9,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, third place is 12,000, second place is 12,000, and first place is the rest. I wasn't a huge fan of that. I have no say-so in it. So, second
So they
place,
took 3,000 off a second.
they
and gave
took
it to
3,000 off second, gave it to third, and all the change, like the 820 or whatever it was, all went to first.
third. Wow, so it's 25,000 to first.
Pretty close to it, yeah. Hold on, I can tell you exactly what it is.
There was 50,000 left in the middle.
Second and third place are $12,000. First place is now $25,350. I've never seen a chop that increases first place chips besides the calculated chip count chop.
Right.
Which they could have done that because, and that may have been, Eddie's way of saying, hey, I've got y'all dominated. Give me a little bit more money and y'all can chop the rest.
But he doesn't. That's the thing. He's one hand away from being
Right.
in bad shape. Well, him and Roy can him and Frankie can flip flop stacks pretty quick.
So I bet what's going to happen is when third place gets knocked out, first and second will make another chop.
I bet so.
Because that's $37,350 between the two of them.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if the stacks get close.
And that'll be $8,700 or $18,700 if they do that. $18,675.
But they're starting to pull on Eddie's stack too. So,
Are they?
Yeah, it's starting to dwindle.
Well, you've got two super experienced high limit players, and you've got Eddie, who's an experienced 5 on the button 1-2 player.
Yep.
And that's where you'll see the difference right here.
Corey Smith, thank you for watching. Is he here?
No, I didn't see him. No.
Okay.
I went out there. I'm about to walk Miss Nancy to her car. Mini main final table. Eddie's got over 50% of the chips in play, 4.2 million chips. Frankie's got 30%, 2.5 million. And Miss Erin, Roy's only got 19% of the chips, but don't count him out. Do not count him out.
If he doubles up through Eddie, though, he's a chip leader.
Absolutely, yes.
Here's where you need a lot of run good.
That ain't no lie.
He wakes up with King 10 again.
He's going to raise this one. On the button, he's going to raise this one. Got a raise to 160,000, it looks like.
Looks like it.
140. That was close. Pocket twos is going to either push or make the call. They got too many chips to push right here.
Sure put a lot of heat on him, though. Pocket deuces three-handed's pretty stout.
Yeah. 5-3 three-handed is pretty strong.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Oh, I love that hand.
Oh, Roy flops a 10.
Oh, and this hand's going to be
It's
over. We said that pinch poke, you owe me a Coke.
Yeah, it's over.
And that's what Frankie was looking at right there. Any bet, he gone. He gone.
That's actually, I think Frankie's mistake there. If he raises pre-flop, he puts a little heat on him. Because that board doesn't look scary to pocket deuces.
No.
I'm surprised that he didn't peel one off right there. Just peel one more.
Yeah. I mean, because at any point in time, Roy could have been bluffing at any point in that hand. We know he wasn't because we get to see what he has, but he could have been bluffing at any point of that hand. Heads up to the flop, Roy. Oh, that flop lag. Frankie's going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Frankie may bet it just because it was flop lag. Roy got no piece of that, no draws, no nothing, and he's at that. That's the point that Roy always looks at you and says, "I'm gonna lay down a monster to you."
Right.
Frankie picks up a little $90,000 win. Roy's got 20% of the chips. Frankie's got just under 30% of the chips, and Eddie's got just over 50% of the chips in play. 8.2 million chips out in play. 8.2 million. 3 players left. They've agreed on a chop. Second and third place are each going to take $12,000. First place is going to take $25,000 and some change.
You know, in one of the tournaments I was playing, and we got down to the final table. At Nick Popello, we were talking about a chop, and yeah, I'm kind of like you. I don't know if I like that chop, and I understand that I'm the first person screaming chop at a table every time, but he explained it changes the dynamic. If I was sitting there short stacked and I already knew I was guaranteed $12,000,
I'm shoving, and that changes the drawouts and everything.
It does. It changes everything.
But like this chop right here,
But that's a weird chop.
yeah, it only benefits first
Third.
place and third place. Because
Yeah.
first place gets $1,000 more,
It benefits third more
and
than
third gets
anybody.
$3,000.
Yeah. And second loses $3,000.
Yeah, it's a 30% increase to third place to money. It's a 20% decrease to second place's money.
Yeah.
And it's like a 7% increase to first place's money.
if that. I mean, like I say, the third place comes out like a bandit, I would be shipping left and right with, especially Roy's hand.
All in and call.
Oh, that's a good flop for that hand.
All in and call. I didn't get to see what the cards up were on.
All right, who knows what Eddie has right here? Roy's out.
Eddie has. Oh my goodness, didn't get to see his cards, but Roy Hall, Miss Erin, Roy is coming home with $12,000. Make sure you get your cut of that.
Yeah, you go get Roy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab a Roy. Nancy may be ready to
Oh,
go.
he had 10 jack. He flopped
Okay.
a jack.
Okay. Jack 10 of hearts. That's hard to get away from. Anyways, I mean, he
Great
didn't make a
flop
bad-
for Roy's hand.
Yeah, he didn't make a bad play there.
No.
I'll be right back.
All right. Wow. And just like that, you can be gone in one of these, that's for sure. The stacks are so big and the blinds are so big that hand just played itself. Like I say, it was a great flop for Roy's hand. It was an even better flop for Eddie's. And now we're down to heads up. And Eddie, I believe, has almost exactly a 2-1 chip lead over Frankie. Not sure what's going on here. We'll walk out and find out, folks. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, everybody. They were working out another chop. Second place will get $18,350. First will get 19. And guess who's in the booth with us? Miss Nancy came back to talk. Miss Nancy, you've had a great run this whole week. I mean, you've played really well, except for the Big O. You and I'll talk about that later since you knocked me out of the tournament twice. But, you know, you and I've played together for 20 years or better.
Yes.
How do you think the structure was this week of all the tournaments? Did you like the structure?
I really liked it. Yes, I really did. I thought it was really run really well. You
Wonderful. Yeah, and like I said, you played really well.
Thank you.
I've been watching the whole time on the Facebook feed because, you know, we see it live as it's happening, and there's Team Nancy and Go Nancy. And you had a lot of fans, and we were pulling for you. We don't necessarily pull for anybody individually, but we were hoping that you were Joni. We wanted to put a woman on the wall for
Right,
sure, but
exactly.
you know it.
Well, we were trying.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it. So that last hand, were you just thinking your flush, if you got there, was good?
Yeah.
Well,
And also, I had a straight draw with it too.
Yes,
you know, actually, a bigger one, I think, because he didn't have an ace.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So.
and you actually know the straight would have given him the king high straight if you would have caught. We talked about because we thought you had
Oh,
the
I-
straight draw.
oh,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. But you did make the play of the tournament, and when we had Moses in here earlier, you had him talking to himself. You know, he said he'll think about that king jack hand where you had the pocket nines. He said he'll think about that one for a minute or two. But no, I just want to get you back here, and like I say, you've got lots of fans that were pulling for you, and
Well, I appreciate them. Yeah,
You
I
know,
appreciate them a bunch.
we're trying to figure out what's in that water in Crane because you played well all week long, and we even talked about you winning the best dressed while
Yeah,
you were
well,
here.
I
So
appreciate that too. I just love everybody here. I mean, I don't know, they just can't be any nicer. You know, I think it's a really, really, really well-run place of business to play
Wonderful.
poker. You know.
well, and we certainly appreciate you. Everyone here loves you here, and like I say, you know, we've talked about you've played a lot of years, you know, and you're the one player that I can honestly say over the years I've played with that I don't know if I've ever seen you mad. If you lose a hand or you win a hand, you just smile and good hand, and you know.
Yeah, I got over all the madness years ago. You know,
Is that-
you mellow out as you age.
I'm still waiting for mine, so I've gotten better. Miss Nancy, I gotta go. But again, thank you for playing, and I know that the Hintons and everybody here appreciate your support. And
Thank
you know,
you.
While I've got you here, if any of you out there haven't had a chance, on the Super Bowl night, they're gonna have a drawing for a fellow poker player from Crane.
I'm from McCamey.
He's from McCamey. He has cancer,
Yes,
correct?
He has cancer.
Feel free to get a hold of Miss Nancy. Facebook be okay if they message
Yeah,
you on
right,
Facebook.
right.
Message her on Nancy Crider on Facebook, and she's selling raffle tickets for 4 different guns. And she'll have the list. She'll have all that on there for you. But like I said, it's $5 a ticket. It helps one of our fellow poker players out, and if you can do that, then certainly just look her up and see what we can do. And
Yeah,
that'll
appreciate it. Yeah,
yes,
I
ma'am.
appreciate that for telling.
Because like I say, we certainly want to help him, and if you're
Yeah.
pushing it, we're going to support
Yeah.
it. So,
Okay. Thank you.
but again, wonderful run.
Yeah.
Can I borrow some money? But are you going to stay and play tonight, or are you going to head back home? Or?
Oh, I don't know. I'll see. I'll see how it is.
Being Sunday night, I typically don't. You know,
I don't think there's going to be very many people around. I mean, unless they started gathering.
a
Since we,
lot of
in the last
onlookers,
few
they
minutes.
might get a game going. So
Yeah,
I don't know what's going to happen. But well, like I say, thank you again, and it's fun playing with you.
Okay.
All these years, it's been fun playing, but it was fun
Yeah.
watching you win this week. So we were sure pulling for you.
Okay, thanks, Chris.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Be careful going home if you go home.
Yeah, I will.
Like I say, Miss Nancy is a wonderful lady. She's always been so fun to play with. Oh wow, it looks like Frankie is taking a big lead. Like I said, we've got a chop in place now. We're playing pretty much for the picture, and it'd be happy to see either one of these guys on the wall. It would certainly be. Well, it's been fun playing with all of them. It's been fun playing with everybody this week. It's hard to describe how. And I guess when you run good, you think that the tournament was a lot of times you think the tournament's better than it actually was. That's not in this case, and I ran really above my head this week. The tournament was great. The entire series was a blast. It was so much fun, and I would like to say it's euphoria from doing what I did, but it's not. It's absolutely from the way the staff ran this, the blind structure. You had plenty of time to play the game, and it was really, really a good tournament. So I'm really excited again. All the series we've had have been really good, but this one seems like that with the structure that we finally hit the nail just absolutely perfect. I don't think you could ask for a better series this week. Absolutely perfect. So like I say, when you get the information for the series coming up, the mega series, come on out and play. And I think you'll see, if you've never played here before, I think you'll see that, understand what I'm talking about. Looks like Frankie wakes up with Pocket Kings. We'll get back to the action. And I missed the flip-flop, I guess, talking to Miss Nancy in what had happened. We may have a winner right here. If everything holds, we might have a winner. Frankie may be fixing to win this thing. See if he oh my gosh, first card in the window. Oh, Frankie picks up a king on the river for a set of kings. Wow. We have a winner, folks. We absolutely have a winner, and Frankie won it. Wow. I'm going to run out there and get them while they're getting the paperwork and stuff ready, and see if I can get the guys back here for the interview. Be right back. You can, yeah, you can. Yeah, we're back, folks, and I've got Eddie with us. Eddie, you played this week. You played today was with fearlessness all the way through. I know it can be a little disappointing, that we flip-flop, but that's this silly game we play. And you played phenomenal. You made some calls that had me in here to scratching my head. I'm going, he just knocked him out. How did he do that? We're both from small towns. You're from Big Lake. I grew up in Stanton, so we used to play each other in football, that kind of stuff. Not Eddie and I. I think I'm a lot older than Eddie, but you've played quite a bit of poker along the way. Yes. How do you feel the structure was this week of all the tournaments and the play?
I think the structure was great. It's definitely a learning experience, and I just was catching some cards, but we've got phenomenal players here. And I love this place and looking forward to many more tournaments.
Well, I really enjoyed watching you play. I didn't enjoy playing with you today when you knocked me out with my pocket fives. But, I was talking to Moses earlier, and as poker players, we all have that one hand in the tournament. What could I have done different? What's your hand? That you're going to go back tonight and go, man, I didn't have to do that.
Probably for me, it would have to be when I called with King 10. Mm-hmm. Knowing that we were deeper into the tournament, I should have played a little bit more conservative and knew that any ace would have knocked me out or could have done very much damage, but it did. I regrouped and we're here, and we
well, that's like with me when I was talking to Moses. That pocket pair of pocket fives when you woke up with the queens with me. That's a hand that I'll go back. I didn't have to put 300,000 in the middle right there.
Right.
You limped in. I could have limped and seen what the board was and maybe made a bet to get you to go away, but that wasn't a scary board, you know. So it's those kinds of hands that we're going to sit back as good poker players and talk about. It's been really fun watching you play this week.
Thank you.
And like I say, it's I enjoy playing the cash games with you, and very much congratulations on this.
Thank you. And one other thing. I was born and raised in Eagle Pass, Texas, and over there they have great poker players as well. And I moved to Big Lake 8 years ago, so I consider myself a citizen of Big Lake and Eagle Pass, and I love both communities. And in Eagle Pass, I do have to say they have amazing poker players, but so do here in Midland, and I'm happy to be a part of Kojak's here, and looking forward to many more memories.
Certainly glad
Yes, sir.
you're here, and we need to get some of those Eagle Pass players to come play.
You got it.
You know, growing up, I used to go to El Indio.
Yes, sir.
We would go fishing. I was about 17 years old. We'd go fishing right there just past El Indio, and so yeah, I'm very familiar with
El Indio. Well, there's where I got my school of hard knocks at the casino there.
Oh wow,
the Kikapulak Eagle Casino, and like I said, my respect is for the great players there and for the great players here at Kojak's. Thank you guys. It's a fun structure. It is very professional,
awesome.
And looking forward to it.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna try to get Roy in here, and Frankie's taking some pictures right now, so we'll be back in just a minute. All right, folks, we're still streaming. I've got Frankie with me. We've turned the cameras off for the table, so you can't see the table anymore. But I'm with our champion. Just want to ask you a couple quick questions. One, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So you've played all the tournaments this week. How'd you like the structure this week?
Very good structure, very good. The way they ran the tournaments was very good this week.
You know, we've played in most of the mini series and series they've had together, and this one for some reason, I don't know if it's because I had a good week or we did, seemed like it was a lot of fun.
It was
You know,
very good,
it was
a lot of fun.
But yeah, I think that you're about as surprised. You played really well, and then caught cards when you had to, and
Yeah, at the end.
at the end there, and I actually had Miss Nancy in here interviewing her.
Oh,
when
really?
you doubled up to get to $5 million.
Yeah.
And I looked up. I'm like, wait, Frankie's leading this thing, and then the next hand you wake up with the Kings.
Oh yeah,
And
hey, and
they
almost-
tried to get you on that turn. didn't
Hey,
they?
it's typical Midland Kojaks here in the last 2.5 years for me. I've won a lot of money in tournaments in my life, in my career.
You won a lot more today too. So, like I say, that just want to say congratulations and get
Thank
you on here,
you.
and I'm going to close out the series now. But
All right. Well, thank y'all.
yes, sir.
Everybody.
Everybody, thank y'all, and we'll see you at the next one.
Put that man's picture on the wall.
Put that man's picture on the